What's going on, people?
Yo.
Look, episode 103 of the UNFAMOUS PODKAST. Yo, it's your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City.
Eddie Hardaway.
Just Kia.
Joko. Unreal. Fiction.
Yep.
Slow jams.
Bruh, you ain't got no slow jams. Shut up. What slow jams do you have?
Shoot.
Gone with the Moon.
You said what?
Gone with the Moon
What the fuck song is that?
by Osmond.
Alright, cool.
Produced by First 48 Brick.
That's not hopefully he was producing that, because if that's the case.
Ooh, that could be his little, you know how everybody has every DJ has their little thing. He could be like, yeah, bruh.
That really would be.
You don't, dog.
Clean, Brick.
Hey, bruh. It's another hit, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, my man.
It's gonna.
Need a producer ad-libs. We got you, Brick.
So, yeah, I feel you on that, but it's another episode, guys. We here doing stuff, things, whatnot, and I mean, we don't have a job right now, but you know.
No die. Hey, is the video?
Up on
YouTube? Yeah.
I do not see it on the YouTube.
It's not on YouTube.
Yeah, it's not on YouTube, but you know.
Oh, I see it now. We live. I see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm making sure. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, somebody see it. That's all that matters.
Alright, guys.
But yeah, man, what's up, man? How's everybody week been?
Man, I ain't do shit, Brick. Nah, I ain't do shit. Same shit, working, chilling.
Damn, mine.
You know, loking and stroking.
Oh, shit, all you
Is that when you stroking all blues?
Loking and stroking.
Yeah, you know, something like that. But nah, I ain't been doing shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just maintaining, man. Living life, trying to be stress-free, drama-free, all that good shit. And,
Just trying to be sugar-free, bro.
Yeah, definitely don't want
How
no
you gonna
sugar.
be sugar free when you want the yams, dog?
Oh,
How you can't be sugar free with the yams?
That's sweet.
See, here's the thing.
That's all sugar.
I want the honey. I don't know if I want the
Ooh,
sugar.
you know the bees are dying.
Cause
Oh,
sugar,
you need that thing. You don't need it granulated. You need that thing just smooth.
Yeah, I need the honey, cause then my phone will be like, oh, you got some sugar in your tank. I don't want that.
All right.
I don't want that confusion. I don't need that confusion. So
Okay.
I like.
Ooh,
One of my favorite names for vagina used to be Sweet Jelly.
Sweet jelly.
First of all, I cannot stand Joe.
That was a real term they used back in the day.
First, we got the bottom of the coconut patch.
I know, right?
I mean,
Sweet jelly.
Is that
Is that a
Sweet jelly is not mine.
Is that a Welch's flavor or?
I think that's Smuckers, actually.
Nah, that's that homemade preservative. You know what I'm saying? That thing marinate. You know what I'm saying?
That's that yam
Is
jam.
Sweet Jelly appropriate? I mean, it's just appropriate this time.
Sweet jelly yam jam.
Agreed. So my past week, it's been interesting. I think I had a life lesson reinforced, which was there's always a yin and a yang, and up and a down.
Not a yinger and yanger.
Can't stand you. So yeah, that's one of the that's a lesson that really stuck out to me this week. I'm not paying attention to him. I went to the Tycoon Festival. Repping the podcast for sure. Had a really great time. Trey Songz put on a hell of a show. Like, he sounds better in person than he does on his album.
I know one thing about Trey Songz and Chris Brown. They got a lot of bitches in their rooms.
50 exposed everybody this weekend. Like, everybody. Bow Wow. Polo Bow Wow.
That's not cool.
Polo Shamos.
I thought him and Lil Duval got into it.
No, Lil Duval said, hey, I brought my own money. I ain't borrowed no money. And 50 was like, oh, yeah, you cool. But apparently Bow Wow went home with some of the stacks. And 50 was like, you really took my money home instead of, putting it on the dancers. And Bow Wow was like, no, this is my money. I came in the club with it. He was like, bro, you ain't came in the club with no money. I gave all y'all niggas money. So
Bow Wow broke, dog.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There's that. And he was like, yo, that's some bum-ish. JD, he can't hang with us no more, that kind of thing. So, yeah. But anywho.
It happens.
I will say this. I don't think he want that smoke with 50 Cent.
Oh, definitely not.
He don't want that smoke. But yeah, so the Tycoon Festival, it was really fun. I hung out with my friend. Shout out to Haley. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, boo. So yeah, we celebrated her birthday early. We got them moved into a new place. So that was really fun. And then I left them and I went to my granny's funeral. That was hard. really hard. But it was cool though. Very cathartic. And then we all went back to her house, and I got a chance to meet first cousins I had never met before, grand aunts I had never met before, and we all just sat around and I heard stories about my grandmother when she was little. I heard stories about my dad and my uncle when they were little, stories that I hadn't heard, and there's just a lot of family. I mean, my grandmother was the eldest of 14, and all of the children had multiple kids, with the exception of one sibling. So there is a lot of people in our immediate family.
Wow. Okay.
So it was just really cool to meet people. I got to, exchange numbers, connect, so that was the sweet spot.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know how this is for every black family. It's my family in particular. It seemed like after a funeral, especially somebody from the older generation, it seemed like we had, after the funeral, of course the funeral was sad, but after the funeral was over, we have a great
good old time, reminiscing.
It's weird.
A good old
We
time.
have better times after funerals than we do at family reunions, any of that shit.
Because it makes you think about life differently afterwards. Like you realize, okay, mortality is real. So, yeah.
This shit's gonna end.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's been interesting. I had a one-on-one with my leader today at work. We're preparing for me to move on to the next ring.
Okay.
A little promotion coming up soon. So that's been interesting. Had a lesson there. Sometimes you gotta take a little step back to move forward. Because currently where I am, I really like what I do. But in order to be promoted, I have to cut back on that and do some more training. I hate training.
So you tell them.
But
Training was trash.
I'm gonna do it. So all kinds of life lessons this week. It's been fun.
Okay.
Oh, and my baby's in town.
Oh my goodness.
My youngest niece.
That's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's up. Like,
The week was good. As I said before, my eldest son graduated high school. It was a great ceremony.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm proud of him. Doing great work. Just acclimating himself to the summertime. Enjoying himself a little bit.
Let loose.
Laying loose a little bit. Bringing him to the gym with me a little bit. What else? Keisha had a procedure. I think
on her hand, right?
Yeah, she's doing well with that. So been out a couple days from work with her, but it's going well. And what else? So everything's good. I just feel positive.
Okay. What's up?
Okay.
Oh Lord.
My week as well.
I want to punch you. I just want to punch in the back of your leg, yo. Jesus.
I told my dad where the cold things around the house today.
I hate this man so much.
I enjoy my life.
Somebody getting like Michael Jackson vibes?
Yeah, bro. That's what I was going for.
Okay.
That's what I was going for.
I was trying to make sure it's not just me.
I didn't do much, just chilling with Nikki, doing Ozzy and Nikki stuff.
Oh, you guys can do a podcast.
You sound like a reality show.
Yeah,
No,
like a
that-
YouTube special.
Literally.
Ozzy and Nikki stuff.
Ozzy and Nicky's songs.
On VH1.
Nikki show.
Executive produced by UNFAMOUS Entertainment.
I just like that. Look, I'm down with it. Yo, yeah, let's go.
Good idea.
Exactly.
Put that in the universe.
Right.
Exactly. Like, I ain't playing.
Other than that, it's been good. I ain't complaining about nothing, really.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That was short and sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, man. My week was it was good. Can't complain. I've been off since Tuesday, so a little slight vacation. Ain't really been doing much. Just going out to eat and hanging out with the missus. We went to this nigga right here.
Oh, I didn't know. It wasn't supposed to say.
Trash.
Garbo, dog.
That's ESPN. I didn't even click on that video.
That's
I
not
was
the,
trying to look at the score.
that's not the point. Jackass. So me and the missus went to damn when we went to Lexington. There's a winery up there, so that shit was
Like
fun.
near Columbia?
No, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So
Wait, pause. I'm going to restart the stream because that whole thing, because it won't allow me.
oh, do what you gotta do. Yeah, do what you need to do.
I thought you were gonna say something funny. Like I thought.
Technical difference.
ProCon, maybe, I don't know. This is it's basically a comic book convention type thing or whatever it is. So it's dope. It'd be something to go to.
Is HeroCon like Comic-Con?
For the most part, yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. I mean,
They have a porny con.
no, they have the AVN.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say that's what porn. That's what
Them
they're
aloe vera niggas. I forgot about them. Them cocoa butter brothers.
Cocoa brother.
Cocoa Butter Brothers.
I don't like you
Kids.
at all. Like, I really do not like you.
That was Josh's last job. He applied cocoa butter on a female.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. Extra cream.
That's disgusting. But other than that, man, my week has been pretty okay, man. You know, it's been cool. You know, the normal. You know, I guess I'm not gonna say wear and tear of life, but you know, just the normal ins and outs of my life, whether it's job, relationship, just nothing special really. It's just regular degular, regular degular week. So it's been cool.
Wordy birdie.
Yeah, I don't ever have anything too specific to touch on unless it's something really like, hey, I gotta talk about this. But I do know like going to the the winery, the vineyard and all that shit. That was dope. Like that's our thing. We do shit like that, vineyards and shit. So that was fun.
I went to a vineyard.
What? You got some vineyard woes, man?
Bro, we got wine drunk and then we got a bottle to go. So.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh my lord.
Joe said, "Oh shit."
Oh my lord.
That wine drunk and that gold drunk.
Oh, not that wine.
Listen, wine drunk is good drunk.
I've never been wine drunk.
Wine drunk is good drunk.
Not the wine.
And you don't really wake up with a hangover. As long as you drink water, you're not dehydrated, you good.
I guess. It all depends, I guess. On the person though, right?
I mean, yeah. Well, I've never woken up.
I mean, like, look, I usually have a nice little buzz from some wine. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too.
Yeah, it's enough to remember what you did the night before. You
Like,
know
oh,
what
what's
I'm saying?
going on? What did I do?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. But whatever it was.
That's how I distinguish it. Wine drunk, I can remember what I did the night before. Liquor drunk, I might as well just go ahead and get a plan B, dog. Because I don't know. I just don't know.
Wow.
I can't remember, dog. I can't remember. I can't.
It's not going.
Maybe it did. Maybe it did.
Maybe it did, dog.
Maybe he
but
poured
I-
out, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
I ain't taking no chances.
Exactly. I feel you. I feel you.
Wowzers. That is wild. Oh my god. Yo, you wild. I ain't
Does
messing
anybody
with
buy two of those at once, or they just do it one at a time?
No, because it's not healthy to take it like back to back like that. Because it's like really high doses. But I mean, I guess if you got to, dog.
You gotta do what you gotta do, shit. I don't know.
I had one friend. She said she was going to the cabin with her boyfriend. It was like a weekend long thing, so she popped a Plan B that Friday so that it could last her.
Does it work like that?
Well, as long as you take it within 72 hours, it's.
Oh, that man was
supposed to
shooting the
be-
hell up at her club.
But the chances of it stopping it, the further you get out, lessens. So like you have a higher chance of not being pregnant if you take it right after versus the second day versus the third day.
So there's no plan D. You can't take.
Oh hell no. Oh, Plan D is what I'm giving her.
Plan D. You get pregnant.
Plan,
B
you got
is
your
what I
Plan B,
mean.
and then you got your
Plan B
your
for
Plan
vitamin
C.
D.
I never heard that.
Oh, yeah.
She's preemptive like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's their preemptive straight.
Oh, I mean, listen. Gotta do what you gotta do out here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You don't know what's happening.
Speaking of birth control, ladies, track your cycles. Track them. Know when you're ovulating.
Track them, Jones.
Okay, if you're gonna be out here using the pull-out method, use it properly.
I'd be tracking this shit.
Track it. Make sure he pees in between. Make sure you do.
Peas in between.
You have to
My bad.
clear out the shaft.
But Nikki's
Oh yeah, you gotta clear out the.
You gotta clear out the shaft because after that, pre-cum will get you pregnant.
Damn right.
Is that like a pipe cleaner or something?
Shut up.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Yeah.
that sound like a pipe cleaner. Like damn, Joe, you
That's
wild.
That's what it reminds me of. Pipe
I'm saying, if you're gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? It need to be a combination of things. If you're
Not
gonna
a
do it, you know what I'm saying?
combination.
Know your cervix. Hashtag.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
I I'm not mad at it.
I'm not. Just gonna leave it to you because obviously we're not experts at that. So
We are not. We don't know anything about any of that. So yeah.
I mean,
whatever you
some
say.
of us aren't experts either.
That's
the
true
truth.
as well. I guess. Yeah. Well, she wouldn't be making this. You wouldn't be making this PSA if everybody was an expert at it. Obviously, some people slacking in that department. So.
Anywho, guys, Sean,
What's up?
is there anything you wanted to talk about this week?
Let's see. What's been going on this week?
It's been bad news, good news.
Not bad news.
Yeah. Bad.
Like what?
Well, crazy shit. Like for instance, you know, the whole shit going on in Memphis right now.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw the video of the young man. I can't remember where, but
On the street corner?
Yeah, and the lady was crying who was filming him.
Bro, the lady,
Yeah, I saw that. That was
the
wild.
dude was on the corner. He had his hands behind his back, right? And he was like, first of all, they pulled him over because he fit the description of the suspect. And he had his hands behind his back.
Like we never heard
6
that.
police cars pull up. They all had their pistols drawn on them. And then one of the ladies reaches out and she gets like a big ass gun. And she's
Oh, yeah, she
like,
brought
Yeah,
the
it's
and I'm like, sis,
cannon
what
out.
you doing? What?
She
Why?
brought the cannon out.
For what? What are you going to do with that gun, sis? Like, what are you going to do?
Ain't but one thing to do: kill a motherfucker. That's it.
What are you doing? So,
I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. I'm like,
I was
y'all
like,
wild.
that's a lot. And there were still more cop cars coming. I was like, yo, this is excessive and it is a poor use of tax dollars.
Yeah,
Like, that's ridiculous.
that's
It's one human being. I mean, who is he? Iron Man?
right.
Fuck.
I don't know. Iron Man.
Fucking Black Panther or something? What is happening?
No, Black Panther.
But I mean,
So what happened?
At the end of the video, the video that I saw,
I just remember the lady
She was yelling
just
and
yelling
crying.
like, just comply with what they saying.
yeah, because apparently her boyfriend had gotten shot.
Yeah, she said her
Murdered.
boyfriend got killed.
Or was murdered
like the
by
year
the police,
before.
yeah.
No, like
2 years before.
2015.
Oh yeah,
2015.
yeah. So
And
she was
by the
like,
same
whatever
department,
you do,
police
just,
department.
just
so,
listen to them. Just do what they say, please. That's
Yeah.
what she was saying. So
I mean, you could tell, like, yo,
yeah, she was crying by the end of the video. Like she
Yeah,
was really
like-
hurt.
that's just some wild shit. Like, just to go through that, it's like, all right, man. It's like, I can't.
So the video was uploaded by what? By who?
by
Her.
the lady.
Her?
The lady.
She was live
She
streaming
was,
like
she
on
was
Facebook.
live streaming it
She
on her
was live
phone
streaming
and
on
she
Facebook.
uploaded it to, like, you know, you can go on World Star, you know, different sites you can go to. And you can see the video. And she was just
So
basically.
afterwards, nothing happened to the boy, the guy.
I haven't followed up with what happened after that. It kind of cut off with her kind of pleading with him to comply, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and they was like, man, you need to back up. She was like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna shoot me too? I was
Yeah,
like, sis, they might.
yeah.
Yeah,
The way these
They
motherfuckers.
might.
I just hate that we're seeing that same story every time. It's getting to a point where it's like, bruh.
But this is why what's happening in Memphis,
Mm.
like, anytime there's a loss of life or like harm, it's always sucky, right?
Yeah.
Sheesh. But when I see what's happening in Memphis, it's like, what do you expect? Like the person they were apprehending, I didn't read a whole lot on it, but from what I saw, like warrants were being served on him, and he had like allegedly ran his car into the police officer's car and had a weapon, and so that's why she shot at him and stuff like that, and he died. So it wasn't like, according to the story that they're telling,
Yes.
it wasn't like, oh, he was walking down the street and they shot him, like that kind of thing. But it's like, at this point, and this is what I think the mayor was speaking, if I'm not mistaken. He made a statement. He's like, before you judge what the people in Memphis are doing, think about how many times they've had to see their young people die in this community.
Yeah.
And I've been saying this since the Mike Brown shooting, like, a community can only take so much before they start to fight back. And if they can't depend on the government to do it, then there is going to be civil unrest. Like, that's just what it's going to be. When you back people into a corner, either they going to fight or they going to comply. Like, one of the two.
And
Marching ain't working. Talking to your officials ain't working.
Nothing's working.
So what you expect them to do? Like, what do you expect them to do?
Fight back.
I mean,
Run that fight.
Shut up, Oz. So stupid.
And you know what? And every time I see comments on stuff, I always see like people who aren't involved in the community. They always use the whole, why y'all go so hard for a black man or black person getting killed by the police, but when murders happen in your own community, you don't go this hard for that.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Because that's not televised. And excuse my language, but when a nigga shoots another nigga, no one cares.
Right.
So that's not going to be televised.
And then people always respond with the same thing that they can't, nobody debunks yet, is that if I go out and kill somebody, I am fully prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Exactly.
So when a black man gets killed by a officer, we've seen too many times where they get away with the shit. They get administrative leave. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not the same punishment they're not held accountable to their actions. And I believe that's why they continue to do things like that, because it's been too many times where police officers have gotten away with killing unarmed black men and women, and that to me is the difference in so-called justice. It's supposed to be, justice is supposed to be fair. The definition of it, I would think, would be it's supposed to be equal all the way around, whatever. But I just feel like, if I go out or somebody kills me or I kill somebody, the law will prosecute me to the fullest. Where I don't feel like that is applied to so-called officers who do the same thing.
I mean, this is an old issue, a complex issue. I feel many ways about it. Like, for example, like the argument about why don't you complain when somebody gets killed in your community, right? I mean, like he has said, there are many people doing things every day to affect change in their communities. They're not going to do it in ways like, okay, you shot somebody today, I'm going to go at you. Because the cops are probably going to get at you, most likely. You don't have to really fight that battle, but you fight the battle of keeping kids off the street. You fight the battle of teaching, when really, especially in certain cities, teaching is an act of love, not a profit.
You know about that,
right? So a lot of people are doing these things every day. But I look at it like most children who are killed by their parents. It doesn't mean that if a child dies by the hand of another person, that you shouldn't worry about that because children die every day. Usually the parent is responsible. The most likely person to kill a child is the parent, right? So just like anything else, most likely victim of a crime is going to be somebody that knows you. So it's white on white, Hispanic on Hispanic, Chinese on Chinese. Who kills Chinese in China, right? So that's just how it is. But
and they never use that term Chinese on Chinese or white on white. It's only black on black crime is the only ethnic term for crimes within a certain community.
There are more white suicides than black homicides every year. So you can kill yourself and never be called self-hating, right? So I mean, it's a numbers game to me. Like, look at the numbers and tell me what's wrong point, right? So then on another level is the trauma videos, where it keeps your mind preoccupied with that. When in reality, that is not the way you're going to die. You're probably going to die of cardio blockages like everybody else, or cancer. That's not going to kill you, really. That by the numbers.
Yeah.
Very unlikely. Like, I was stopped on the way to the graduation because I'm trying to get there. Very strict with the time, and baby's in the back, and I don't want to do it too long. He was in a good place, so I'm going like, and then they have the speed trap. So they have it's 70, then it's 55, then it's 45.
Yeah.
The blink of an eye. So basically, I just saw this shit. It was 70, and it just turned to 55. Now I'm going in requisite 80, 10 miles above the speed limit. So I'm going 80. I see the 55, and really after seeing the sign, I see the state trooper.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's gonna pull around. He pulls around. I don't have no fear of the police because I really don't have a fear of death, and I also know that most likely that's not the way I'm gonna go. Right?
Yeah.
So he stops me. I got my line already. I don't have my hands up. Like I pull my shit out when he gets
Joe,
there.
can't nobody hear you.
Oh.
I gonna put the mic.
I was pointing to the mic.
I forgot.
Joe got into the story.
Joe get into it.
I'm like, get to it.
It happened. Shit. I put my hands on the wheel. I couldn't do it. But anyway.
Good day. What's up, G?
So I took my license out once he got there. He looked at it. I said, my son's graduating from a military academy, and I'm trying to get to the graduation. So he sees the layout. He sees children and my wife and baby. So it looks like somebody going to a graduation. So he said, I can't give you, it's a white state trooper. I can't give you a ticket going to a graduation. Have a good time. Now I'm going 30 fucking miles over the speed limit.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. So that's generally been my experiences with the police in every state I've been in, except Virginia. Now,
we're not talking about.
We're talking about
It's a
Virginia.
whole other
Virginia,
vibe, bro.
You know, they Commonwealth.
They don't care about race. They just care
Oh,
about
niggas.
that money.
Oh,
You gonna roll out over the speed limit? You
now,
get pulled over.
any other state in the union, I have to agree. Not those niggas. So yes, so that's my thing on that. It's like the trauma thing. We kind of need to, honestly, that shit is over with. Like all that justice shit, fairness. No, I mean I feel like if we just focus our time on building businesses. Because when I was an activist, I would tell them like, you have all these people here. Why don't we like motherfuckers start talking about a business? And I got up and they was like,
subject.
what are you talking about? Like I was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna be here, every time somebody gets shot or beat up, why don't you take these 400 people and talk about what do you do? Like what do I do? Like that's what should be happening.
Yeah.
Like that shit is otherwise you be talking about this forever. It's not
I mean,
gonna
Joe,
stop.
white people have figured that out. They be like, have you been hurt in a crime? Like those motherfuckers. They're the ones that say that. Hey, have you been hurt in a crime? Call this. Yeah.
I mean, a real business. That's like shit. Print some T-shirts out, make some money. Why are we here complaining about the same goddamn thing? That shit's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I stood up and said these to people, and I'm talking about real activists here, like the
I agree.
Sharptons of the world. They're like,
No, listen, I agree because when Obama got elected,
Yeah.
shit, niggas was on the corner selling T-shirts, pens, hats, all kind of Obama shit. And I wasn't mad
they
at it.
got
I
a
mean,
gas station in Pensacola named after Obama. No lie, dog.
Yeah.
Real nigga shit.
Yeah. Obama guys, bro.
Real nigga shit.
Yes, we can gas.
Oh,
Selling you
shit.
hope.
Oh, yes, we can.
yes, that's it. So
Yeah.
it's complicated.
And that's not to take away from the police side, because I know recently there was an officer or a state trooper that was shot and killed in Rock Hill.
okay.
Yep.
So my condolences to his family.
Yeah.
So it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And on that note, most state troopers shot by people are shot by white people. But that's just how it goes. I'm going by the numbers. I'm on Twitter.
I mean, when you think about it,
Statistically, that's what it
speaking,
is.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, we only make up like 13-point-something% of the population. So the idea that we make up the largest partition of a crime or of the criminal population is just not logical. Like, that's not logical.
Yeah.
But
Hey, it is what it is.
Yo, there's a lot of these things happen in like these Midwest states too. That's
That's-
crazy.
hey, that's the
numbers.
hashtag
Yo,
Wild Wild
that's-
West, dog. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Bury your ass in the desert.
Oh,
Keep it
no, not
moving.
hashtag Wild Wild West.
Bury your ass in the
Yeah,
desert.
all-
Keep it
they
moving.
cool.
Like I was just watching the news. They said, "Oh, there was a shootout in Wyoming or something." I was like, "Shit!"
Hey, did y'all hear about this ruse in Charlotte?
What?
Trying to pick up women for sex trafficking?
Wait,
And
what?
bro, they
Who?
just sent out a message. I'm not even
To
joking.
you?
No. It
Oh.
was like, oh, it was like via Facebook, but they were saying that
To
there
you?
was no, not to me.
Okay.
It was a friend of my roommate. It was a friend of my roommate that actually wrote what was said or whatever. But
Yeah.
apparently there are a group of quote unquote well-dressed women walking around pretending to approach you to talk to you about like going to Bible study, and they're like kidnapping victims for sex
I
trafficking.
thought it was Jehovah's Witnesses.
Damn.
Bro, how
What's the
Sound like some bootleg
it might not
shit.
matter to anybody, but what's the race of the people?
I have no fucking clue,
It
dog.
could be anybody.
I don't really. I mean,
That could be anybody.
it could be. I'm just curious. Like,
No, you
I-
said
I-
Bible
I-
studies?
But
who
what
they going after?
Yeah.
Are they going after a particular type of woman?
I didn't see.
Yo.
Well, the person that my roommate knows is black. I know that. So I don't know who was taking it shit.
That shit is crazy. Where they bring them to?
Oh shit!
Dubai?
Were you
I don't know.
Dubai.
That's crazy.
Not Dubai.
Yo,
You gotta be like that.
The chicks here though, they be like,
that's where Joe lived.
bro,
Oh shit!
what happened?
What the fuck y'all talking about?
Yeah,
Well, Nikki said it happened in Still Creek.
Uh,
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Oh yeah, in the Target
What
parking lot. Yeah, in the Target
Oh,
parking
shit.
lot. Yeah.
Don't go.
Wow.
That's near home.
I was like,
bro.
damn, that's bad news for Jehovah's
That's-
Witnesses and
I still-
Latter-day Saints, because they about to get their ass whooped now. Like, niggas about to be like, hey,
You about to
back
swear.
up, dog. Back
How
up.
about the
That's
kingdom
fucking
of heaven?
They got some fucking ball.
I forgot the name of that pamphlet. What's the name of that pamphlet they gave?
I don't know.
What? Joe's Witness?
Yeah.
Oh, I know about Joe's Witness.
I don't know.
I ain't want to go into it. Watch Tower. No, I want to go into it. No. I had something I wanted to talk about. I got time.
Watch Tower.
Watch Tower, yeah.
You know I'm quick. It don't take much time.
Oh shit.
We ain't got time for that shit.
Right quick, can we? So I don't know if y'all saw, but Stacey Abrams had a meeting with a lot of the production companies.
Yeah.
That we're talking about blowing out of Georgia if this abortion law went into effect in January of 2020, and she said the talks went well, and she was saying that she was basically asking them to stay and fight.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time that I don't know that I agree with what Stacey's saying.
Because
I'm just curious to know what her plan is and what can be as impactful as taking money away.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen what can happen when you affect these officials' pockets.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them move when their pockets are affected. So I'm just curious to know, like, if they're going to stay, and I get what she's fighting for the people in Georgia. Like, if these people are going to lose their jobs. Yeah. So I get it. However, what's your plan if they stay? Because marching doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, typical things, writing, whoever, it don't work. You know what I'm saying? So what is your plan? I don't know any other way but through money.
So do you think this is one of those classic political cases where you think somebody is one way, but when money's on the line, you really see who they are?
No, I think that the argument that she's made was, again, it's for the people in Georgia that are going to lose their jobs. And she's always, anytime I've ever heard her speak, I've always heard her speak to being an advocate for the people of Georgia. Like, that's always her goal. Like, let's be bipartisan so we can work for the people of Georgia. So it's not in contradiction to what she always talks about.
Yeah.
I just fail to see
what's the end game.
Yeah, how it's
now hold on. Is she in politics, or is she just like, is she the
So she's like a big name in the Democratic Party right now, but she hasn't said what her next move is going to be.
So then my next question would be, in the political game, is it where she's weighing how many people will I turn against me if the state loses money for endorsing people to leave versus people who will support me if I go the opposite way as far as fighting for.
So she didn't have to go either way. Like, she didn't have to she could have just stayed quiet, basically. Yeah. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, I don't.
But then eventually, I mean, even if she stayed quiet now, I'm sure if she was to get back into politics, the issue is going to come up about what do you feel about abortion? You know, where do you stand with it? Yeah. So, I mean, I guess maybe she either feel like she's going to jump the gun early and draw her line in the sand before she gets to that point.
Well, she's made it clear, as far as I know, she's made it clear that she's not for the abortion law the way that it is now. She just from my understanding, she just wants to find another way to change it versus just pulling all of these big money names out of the state. Basically.
Okay. So you basically like, if you want to come up with that, you don't have any solution. You just
I mean, I'm sure she has one. I'm just curious to know what it is.
Okay, if you were in her shoes, what would be a suggestion for you if you were an advisor or something?
I wouldn't even have asked them to stay and fight. Honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, I just. And maybe if I lived in Georgia and I was working at one of these places, that I would definitely feel different. But I don't.
So she's focusing on the production companies that are based in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's saying that she'd rather fight to change the law rather than pull out.
Yeah, she'd rather them stay in the state and then help her fight to change the law. Huh. Yeah. But she hasn't said. She hasn't talked about what her game plan is.
I mean, much of what is Black Hollywood is kind of based in Atlanta right now.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So it's like kind of giving them what they want because the abortion laws are not really targeting Black women specifically. It's more about their numbers being low, so they want to make sure certain women are not getting abortions for the most part, because that's kind of where this all came from in the first place. And there's a book, Pat Buchanan wrote a book about the death of the West. He talks about that. This was like 15 years ago about the fact that their numbers, their death rate.
And what's that one? Birth or something like that? Is another.
Pat McCann, you talking about the 700 Club dude?
Yeah, him. He wrote that book about.
Oh man,
I think somewhere in around right before or right after 9/11, somewhere around that time frame. So, I mean, it's a hard decision because you're talking about mostly black people that are producing films in and around Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the shows that are in Atlanta.
Right.
All the people who are in Atlanta right now, musically productive.
Well, as far as Tyler Perry, like I'm not the biggest fan of his movies at all, but I can't deny that the man does employ a lot of black
jobs.
Black
and
people.
I haven't heard them speak to, or I haven't heard anything about him making a decision to leave. Was it Netflix and
that'd be
Warner
a big blow
Brothers
right there.
or
Netflix,
something like that?
Netflix
Warner
pockets
Brothers.
is deep. That'd be a big blow right there.
Let me look. Because there's a show that was Alyssa Milano or whatever. Yeah, she's in a show that's being filmed in Atlanta, and she was basically like, "Well, if Netflix doesn't leave, I ain't coming."
Damn.
What's
Okay.
I say?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know, but
I mean, are people holding? We're not in the state of Georgia, of course, but I wonder how many of the citizens of the state, especially in Atlanta, are holding these politicians accountable or telling them like, "Yo, I'm not with what you're pushing it for the state law. So when your re-election comes up, I'm not rocking with you." Like, I don't know if people are voicing their opinion or where they stand on an issue in the state. So I don't know. Maybe they feel, because I would think in order for a politician to make a bold move as far as voting for something like that, they have to feel comfortable in knowing that their constituents support them when it's time for re-election. You know, it's just like the whole law in North Carolina where the transgender bathroom law or whatever. And, you know, the state here went through the same thing. And when people spoke up about it, they had to repeal the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a big thing also, I don't know if, because you remember when it was going down, we were supposed to have the NBA All-Star that same year, right?
Right.
And I don't know if that was the reason why they pulled out.
Sure
I think that was the reason they pulled out.
That was the reason.
That was a big
I don't know,
reason.
but
It was the reason.
yeah, I was about to say, and I think that was like maybe if not 100%, it was damn near 98%.
Right.
It was the only reason.
Yeah. So
and the NCAA tournament was.
Yeah. So it doesn't take nothing for for some of these corporations to be like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna pull out. Y'all gonna have to, basically be on our, on our time at the moment." So, what's up, guests? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
good. How are
What's
you?
going on? We're talking about stuff and things and all that stuff. But I mean, I do look at it as far as if they take that money out of there, then they're gonna have to do something like what's the old saying? Money talk, bullshit, walk 1,000 miles. So at the end of the day, you take the money away, they're gonna have to open their ears. They're gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, just to look at it from both perspectives. I mean, let's just see what she's gonna do. I don't want to call bullshit or anything like that yet, or say anything until we just figure out what's gonna happen. Maybe she might have a plan. It might not be the best plan, but it seems like it's not like going against anything. Really, yeah. It's just we don't know what's going on, and it doesn't seem like the thing that maybe you would expect her to do. And maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe
I agree with her. I mean, you set up a base of operation in Georgia over years, and it's become a spot. Not just Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry sort of is the name you know about. But there are many shows filmed there, and they have that Georgia peach at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of the goddamn love and hip hop shit, right?
So
everything. Amongst many things that I just watch on different channels all over the tube. So I mean, from her perspective, it seems like the correct thing to say.
Yeah.
Even though I myself would say that I'm pretty much anti-abortion. I understand that there are definitely reasons why people do it.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it should be done more sustainably. I mean, are you still doing it in your 30s and 40s? I think there's a time. I don't know. I'm not a woman, but is there a time? Isn't there a time and place where to me, it always seemed like if you're still doing that in your 30s and 40s, isn't there a time where that should definitely definitely not occur?
You want to switch?
Should definitely not occur. I'm just saying. I'm from New York.
This nigga talk with his hands for no reason.
Hey.
Wake up out of bed
Jimmy,
like, good
Jimmy,
morning.
hey.
Motherfucker, give me a toothpaste.
Well,
I mean, the laws are written wrong. That law is not the answer. People are going to get it done no matter what. But having 80, 90 million abortions since Roe v. Wade in this country is just a sign of dysfunction. I don't think you necessarily need that many. You understand?
I don't think anybody needs many.
I mean, that's how, like I said, it has a dead serious effect. It is a function of some sort of dysfunction, and just as a conversation, is there an age where you would say abortions? Okay, somebody comes to you, they're 38 years old, right, and they're still getting abortions at that age. Like, it seems like it's more of a function of a younger woman's thing. What do you think?
I've come into personal contact with stories where there are women who are happily married and they have a lot of kids and they just can't have another one right now. They could be in their late 30s, early 40s, and it's a decision that they made consciously. Mm-hmm. I don't see anything wrong with that. Again, I don't deny that. I mean, I've also met people who are in their late 30s and they got about 9 kids and done had about 10 abortions. So I've seen it on both sides. Now, is there dysfunction there? Absolutely. However, that dysfunction doesn't stop that woman from making any other decision in her life. So who are we to impede on her to be able to make that particular decision? That's my entire argument. Like, regardless of how I feel or anyone else feels about it, who am I to say that this law, we should all agree on a law that tells you what to do? In that case, I don't know.
I look at that law. I'm not really anti-abortion. Like, I just look at it. I look at it more so as the government trying to tell a particular group of people what to do with their bodies in a certain circle. Almost along the lines of immunization with children, where I just heard about a law in New York where you can't use religious reasons for not getting an immunization.
Well, you can, but you can't go to public schools anymore. So you can
but
still
that's still
do
like,
it.
It's still almost like forcing you to. You can't go to public schools. That's almost like, what's your other option? Are you going to pay for a private school? How many people can afford that?
Private or homeschool.
Right. So that's if people got to go to work, they can't afford. So it's almost like it's kind of forcing you to abide by the law, but while not, it's like a passive aggressive law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost. I look at it more like the government telling people what to do with their bodies. That's why that's kind of how I look at abortion as immunization, like how when you broke it down about different things with immunizing children. But like you said, abortion is more you're in that situation due to a conscious choice. You say it could be dysfunction or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's still somebody's body, and you're dictating the law to dictate how they should react to it. And it's kind of, to me, along the same lines as you kind of forcing parents to immunize their children if they don't want to. You're still telling people what to do with their body, even if they don't agree with it. So that's kind of in the same ballpark, not necessarily the same thing, but I just have a problem with government trying to tell people how to do things with their body. We're along the same lines where some people in the LGBT community want taxpayers, well, I ain't gonna say taxpayers, but they want some kind of money to go through the transformation, and it's like, I don't know,
I think
it's a reach, but that's
I think
people are pushing for that.
Like, the issue is, like, you got a country when it comes to certain decisions, it's like divided, right? The government should be there to be making some sort of compromise between. You got some people on one side that want one thing, got other people on the other side that want one thing. There's warring factions. You can't just cut and dry choose one decision, because when you do that, another person on the other side gets angry. You know what I'm saying? and it causes all these altercations to happen and stuff like that. So pretty much, like if they came like, hey, we talked to both sides and we came to this conclusion. If they came to decisions like that, I think it would make more sense rather than just be like, hey, we're just gonna just do one or the other, you know, which I don't think a government should be ran like that.
I have a problem with if these abortion laws. To me, I just look at the people who making the laws. It seems like it's mostly men
and are fully uneducated.
Right. So if it was women who was doing these laws, it's just like if I was making immunization laws for kids, and I don't have no kids, so I can't.
Have no fucking clue.
Right. I don't have no clue how a parent would feel about immunization.
But as a politician, wouldn't you go out and do your research before you come to
do all the research?
You would think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but isn't that the assumption? Isn't that under the assumption that there are no women anti-abortion activists, which there are many?
I mean, probably.
No, I don't think.
And I would also say under.
But are they politicians and have the power to make those decisions?
I don't think that's the assumption there, though. Like,
I mean, for example, we're under, as far as choice in this world, very little choices you have. For example, you die. Someone here dies tomorrow. Your family has a right to your body.
Yes.
No, you don't have the right to your body.
well, listen, if somebody want to fight for that, they can.
They can say, no, I'm saying, you're talking about rights in your body and what you can do with it and whatever. You die tomorrow, the coroner has a right to your body until they say so, right? And if they take your organs out, if they would like, which they do many times, particularly to young victims who were shot or whatever, there's really no recourse with that. Right?
I mean, but at that point, I'm dead. I don't care.
But you don't
no,
care.
I don't. I'm dead. I don't care.
Put it like this. So you're telling me that if you were to die and they take all your organs out for your body with paper, which they have done,
yeah.
That say it was your son, you wouldn't care about that?
I mean, he's gone. But I'm for cremation anyway. Like I don't see the point of keeping a body anyway.
I'm saying.
I mean, would it suck? Yes, but
I'm saying that they take your organs out, sell them, don't give you a goddamn dime.
Nothing.
And you're fine with that.
I'm not saying that it wouldn't. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be hurt about what they're doing to my son's body, but I also recognize that I don't see a whole lot of value in the body after in my opinion, the spirit leaves the body in general. I just don't. That's just my personal belief. I don't. In my opinion, burn it up, keep it moving. That's my opinion.
I mean, it's like she's saying, what is she gonna do with the organs anyway?
What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna keep
it. What does it matter?
Put it like this. So my point is this. So if you don't care about that, and your body is irrelevant, then how can you argue that your body...
You cannot make that same argument. One person is dead and one person is alive.
Right.
That's not the same argument, dog.
Well, the fetus is dead, right? Now we're talking about death here. So my point is that if I have children, if I had a child and my child would pass away, and I realized that they have vacated his or her organs, I would have a big problem with that. But my main point is this: on many other levels, we don't have rights. Abortion rights is not really about choices, because if you look at laws and what we can and cannot do in this country, there aren't many choices we have, right? There's so many things that we don't have a choice to do. So to say a woman's choice, doesn't ring with them.
So wait, the argument that just because we don't have so many other choices doesn't mean that we don't have the right to those choices. Just because we don't have them,
right. If
there was something else that bothered me that I felt like I needed a choice for, I would fight for that too. Just like I fight for this. I would do it. Why not?
It's not about taking away somebody's choice. Yeah. It's about them having the right to choose their family. That's what it's. To me, that's what it's about.
I don't know.
It's not about if you take away somebody's right to choose, to have a choice about a situation. Yeah. To me, that's.
Because I also don't feel that being able to hold somebody on a 72-hour watch for suicidal ideation, I don't agree with that. That's their body. Now, if they come in for help, that's different. Mm-hmm. But if, and when I worked in the ER, we would have police officers come in and say, oh, this person said they felt like they were going to kill themselves. Automatically, we got to put them on a 72-hour hold. Nobody talked to them. They didn't say they wanted help. Yeah. I don't agree with it. Now, if they said, I want to kill somebody else, homicidal ideation, okay, watch them. But that's your body. Yeah. That's how I feel personally. I know a lot of people are grateful for the hold, but
I feel like people should have the right to choose about certain things with their body.
Man.
Just because some choices have been taken away, I think everybody should have the right to choose about what they, you know.
I got the right to choose.
Amsterdam,
the fuck off this topic.
It was something I wanted to talk about. Well, I want to send a shout out to the Toronto.
This nigga.
I'm joking, man. I am.
Know what? No, I should be an asshole.
I'm joking. But I do want to talk about.
Why are you joking? Because if you're joking, then Golden State won. So I mean, I don't know which way to go here.
All right, well, I'm gonna leave it up to you,
Brother.
But my whole point was
the LA Lakers won. How about that?
No, I was talking.
Now I want to know. Go ahead.
No, I was really want to get to the whole Kevin Durant thing, right? If people don't know, he tore his Achilles in Game 5 a couple of nights ago, and I was looking at a show when they was talking about the culture of sports and the culture of social media, whereas athletes, when they're injured and you know their team is in a pressure situation, are they forced to come back too early when they're not ready due to pressures from fans, pressures from the team, when they could be jeopardizing their financial future by trying to come back too early and be the quote unquote hero, whereas somebody like Kawhi Leonard, you know, last year he bucked the system and he felt like he was hurt and he was like, I'm not coming back, I don't feel right. And he was criticized on social media, on the media, for people saying he's not tough enough or he betrayed his team.
Hey, guess what though? Shit worked out for him because it's like he proved his point at the end of the day. It's like, at the end of the day, I'm the athlete, right? It's my body. I'm controlling my body. When I make a thought, the neutrons, the neurons, whatever the fuck it is, makes me move, spirit, whatever it is, it's my body, right? If I don't feel healthy, I'm not gonna do it. It's almost like, hey man, we need you to come to work today. Bitch, I don't feel like I'm ready to come to work today. What, you gonna hold me? Oh, we gonna have to fire you because you just don't. Okay, cool. I'll come to work. Oh man, I done threw up on everybody. Everybody's sick. Well, why'd you come in?
Yeah,
or and for the basketball thing, like, man, maybe he shouldn't have been playing, bro. Because everybody is hindsight 2020 each time. Everybody wants to be, you know what I'm saying, backseat, you know what I'm saying, drivers, and you know what I'm saying, like, bro, you can't tell that man,
right?
Hey man, he should have came back. Like, that's number one when it comes to KD. The doctors for the work, that's their fault. Number one, they should have never even said, because he said himself from what I read, he wasn't ready. Like he's like, yo, I don't feel like I'm up to it. No, you're good, you're clear. No, you're good. That's on them for that.
That was a hell of a dance move, though.
I felt bad for him.
I felt real bad.
I felt bad.
You see the dance move?
Yeah, I saw it before the game.
To me, that dance move says, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I
You see the dance move?
No,
just imagine.
You feel, look, I'll play this. You feel
You're
good.
a great dance move.
Yeah.
I think, but like they were saying, a lot of athletes who was on there was saying a lot of stuff he was doing was based on adrenaline.
Yes.
He had an adrenaline rush.
So
Once that adrenaline wore off,
he was
and
done.
reality hit, he was done. He was fucked up.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that?
That's okay. I look at it like this. Of course, KD has to take some blame because at the end of the day, he ultimately made the choice to go out there.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
the organization, they even said some of the players in there was like, "Yo, we it's do or die time. Like, you need to do whatever you need to do basically to get back on the floor and help us. We know we can win with you out there."
It's an old saying, peer pressure, bro. That's all it is.
What? That wasn't a saying.
Yeah, that's reality.
That's
What do you
all
mean?
I'm saying, nigga.
That's what Terrell said.
This nigga talking about it's an old saying.
Terrell said that.
What?
Terrible.
Goonie. What?
No.
Confucius once
It's an old
said.
saying.
I'm just
Crack
sitting
cocaine.
here. I'm thinking of all those.
Real shit.
You
That
know,
was just
but like,
a phrase.
wait. What popped in my head, right?
Frederick Douglass said that? He said an old saying.
Man,
I
get
don't know
your
what
get your people, nigga.
No, I'm just saying though, like it reminded me kind of like all those like smoking videos and all that shit. Like, don't smoke and all that shit. And it's like I just imagine like them niggas say, "Hey, you should do you want to hit or some shit
You're
like
not
that."
gonna be cool if you don't get on the court with us.
Right.
Exactly. That's what.
So like they came out, KD's like, hey guys, I'm not really feeling it today. Hey man, if you really want to be a champion, you want to be a winner,
Basically.
you gotta come out here. If not, you're turning your back on the team, and we don't hang out with losers. Hey man, I'll never let the team down. Yo, come out there then.
That's
bro.
probably
That's
exactly.
like Draymond Green and Cousins.
They're like, hey man, hey, what's that say on your jersey? Are you a warrior or not? If you're not, you're just a bitch ass nigga.
And all that was said by Klay Thompson. And then Steph Curry came out and was like, hey man, if you really want to do well with us, you gotta come out. And then Steve Kerr was like, yeah, don't be a bitch ass nigga. You poor ass bitch ass nigga.
Hey man.
Nigga.
Yo, that's probably exactly what happened though. Like, that's probably exactly what happened.
Hey man, who cares about a little Achilles tendon, man? You can get surgery on that. You'll be back in a year. Go on out there and risk it for the team.
Bro, I eat Achilles tendon every day. It's tough. What you talking about, bro? You can do it.
I think it was always his Achilles tendon that was fucked up.
I do too.
Oh, he's been fucked.
I think that initial injury was his Achilles tendon.
Yes.
They tried to say it was a calf strain.
I don't think it was ruptured yet, but it was.
Oh,
it was strained or something.
Everybody can take.
now.
Like nobody could be KD until it.
But it's a boss move from the Warriors executive branch. Because the only way in hell he's gonna stay in Golden State is if he is injured. Because if he wasn't injured, he'd be in New York already.
You're right.
So that's a hell of a great fucking move on their part.
Yeah,
that nigga was not crying on that stage.
They mind fucking.
Myers, his name Myers.
Yeah, that was crocodile tears.
He wasn't even dry. He was tired. He's like, and you want to blame me? Blame me. It was me. What the fuck is he talking about?
That's literally how he sounded. That's literally how he sounded.
Nigga can't act.
What
You in California, nigga?
He started.
The mic was like, how the mic was like. And this shit started shaking. Blame me. Nigga. So, this nigga was not emotional at all.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate Joe, guys.
Did he do the...
He was like, hold on, guys.
Oh my god.
Let me get some Visine real quick.
I think it was a boss move by them. He really, to me, has no option but to stay there. Take the max contract.
Guess what? Because ain't nobody else gonna pay for that shit now.
No.
Bro,
And
you're a liability
the Knicks
now.
need somebody tomorrow.
Yeah.
They don't need somebody to wait.
Yo.
Well, this the question.
Kyrie by himself ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, this the question I wish they would have asked the GM of the Warriors. If y'all were up 3-1, would you still have KD out there for Game 5?
Hell no.
If you can honestly look people in the face and say, "Oh no, we wouldn't have played him. We'd have kept him out," or if they'd have said, "Yeah, we would have played him regardless because he was healthy enough to play if we up 3-1," you're a fucking liar.
Who's your team? Because Kawhi just got a great team. He got his uncle and his pops. That's all he needed for advisors.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who's on KD's team.
Durant thinks he has friends.
He got his moms. That's it.
I don't know.
Obviously, he ain't got no real
if
friends.
she's advising him though.
I don't know if she's advising yet.
KD ain't got no real friends.
Kawhi has like he only is listening to those niggas.
I think his mom would probably be like, "Whatever decision you make, I support
you."
Not really
exactly
so much advising.
You know, KD ain't got no real friends because they allow this raggedy looking nigga to come out every night without brushing his hair.
Yeah.
Is that barbershops in Oakland?
Like, bro, like nigga, that's Black Central. Nigga, that's black. That's Black Central. Bro, he ain't never heard of no murder.
I like KD, but
he ain't never
you don't
heard
like
of
barbershops.
So he ain't never heard of no Sport 360 waves.
His peas are like Samson hair.
He ain't never heard of
I
no
don't got a
cancer.
problem.
Nah, I don't agree with that, sis.
Nah, that shit looks
That
like
is not Delilah Sampson's hair. That is not
where he
it,
get
sis.
his strength from.
So all this, they obviously ain't do shit for that Achilles tendon.
Hey, it didn't that night.
Ain't did shit.
That
Now I guarantee if he would have came out with
but
some of that,
they did look brushed that night.
so
No.
I was like, oh,
I don't even want to see it with those songs. Please.
Look, guess what? He was like, my Achilles tendon's all right, guys. That should have been held together by the strength
That's
of
a
that
level
juice.
one. Just a level one season. That's all.
I don't.
That's ball.
A boosie cut. I don't.
Oh Lord, you don't need no boost.
I don't follow sports that much, but
She's like, I don't sports.
Did you hear? I know you heard about that.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I Brenda, like, she watched, like, she a sports fan, so I be catching it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, athletic training is my major, so.
Oh my goodness!
I just relate everything back to money.
He ain't got no.
I mean, no, I'm
No,
just
no,
saying,
no,
like,
that's a bad money.
that's
That's a bad money
decisions
decision,
that are
bro.
being made, like, whatever they decide to tell them, whatever they decide to tell the media, or whoever, or whatever. It's about these dollars. Like at the end of the day, if you paying somebody with hundreds of millions, tens of millions, a million, whatever you paying them, you trying to see a return.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna do what we need to do from whatever.
Did Golden State win tonight?
But do you really want to know?
Do you really want to know?
Do you really want to know?
It would really add some.
Hold up, but before you really want to know.
I recorded it. If it's a great enough game,
It was. No, I'm gonna let you know now.
It was a good game.
It was good all the way down to the wire.
Yeah, it was a really good game.
Do you want to know the outcome?
Because we're talking about this topic, I do.
I'm gonna tell you
because it would make what they did more.
Okay, hold on. Let me put it to you like this.
I wanted to.
Joe, give me a yes or no. Do you want to know the answer?
I would like to know.
No, give me a
No,
yes
say
or no,
yes or no.
bro.
I'm gonna start crying like Maya.
No. He was like, tell me.
Yes, you see, I can really cry.
Like, he was like, if anybody gonna get blamed for me knowing the outcome, blame me.
I can't.
Nah, but if you really want to know, because I did want to say something about it, though.
I mean, only because you're talking about the topic, because it's like, yeah.
Shout out to the Toronto Raptors, man.
They did.
First championship ever. You got to give them that.
So they fucked up KD.
But here's
and they lost.
I want to say real quick.
That's all I can say. That's all I want to know. For that.
Real quick to your point about the money. Somebody brought it up, and I ain't think about it. Maybe they wanted KD out there because the Raptors threatened to end the series early. So they like, if we have KD out there, we can extend it to 7. Get extra money from the ticket sales, from endorsements for the 7 games instead of ending it in 5.
That's even more grimy if you think about it like that, because he was only out there for 11 minutes. Now
I would say that makes sense.
That didn't help.
But I think the only person who had a horse in that race was Golden State. I really think if I'm Golden State, he's leaving. If he does a Kawhi, that means he's out of here, right?
Yeah.
The only way he could stay is if he got hurt. But the only other option would be for him to play, somehow not get injured, and fucking win. Because that nigga was busting threes like he had 11 points in the first 12.
He had 11 points in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
If he was not hurt, if he didn't do that, he tried a move his Achilles wasn't ready for. But
that PCSA.
He's nice. His skill level is crazy.
He's not aerodynamic because of the P's in his fucking head. Why?
Maybe it's his sneakers though.
No, those sneakers, they're pretty comfortable. They're pretty good.
They're not high top.
They don't look like good basketball.
They don't have no support.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the culture of sports, right? Because if you look at the 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you were like the flu game or Isaiah Thomas when he got hurt.
That man went out there and played.
Playing through injury and sickness was looked at as being tough. You know, you're more than the average athlete. You wanted more, this, that, and the third. And KD was in a spot. He was in, and then this is cliche, between the rock and the hard place. Because let's just say that Golden State did pull it out. You know what I'm saying? They did win. Then people would be like, "Oh, KD, you know, you weren't needed. You were just a luxury. This, that, and the third." You know what I'm saying? So,
that's his problem.
Yeah, he's a very
that might very well be why he would ever have gone back out there. Just for that, I think.
I think it's the NBA.
I mean, but
we have not had a playoff that went less than 6 to 7 games in the championship series in the last 6 to 10 years.
No, we did last year. They got swept. The Cavaliers got swept last year.
I'm saying outside of Golden State and the Cavaliers.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you were.
There has not been a very short.
I mean, yeah.
So money wise, for them to capitalize off LeBron not being in the finals.
Thank God.
The only way to push it and really make up their money and viewership, sponsorships, and everything else, put KD back out there and try to stretch it out.
Right, that's what I was.
I don't think anybody probably heard. I don't think anybody will hear all that, but there's a lot said.
I'm just saying for y'all. Y'all can talk about it. Y'all can talk about it.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
People gonna be like, yeah, they got real quiet for a second. Somebody gonna be driving in their car like, man, what were they saying? That's my radio. They gonna turn it all the way up and hear some.
Yes.
Y'all can talk about it.
Somebody watching porno?
Oh my word.
But yeah, but like I said, he's in between the rock and the hard place because, like I said, if they'd have lost, if they'd have won, they'd have been like, hey, they can win without you. You were a luxury.
I mean, they kind of can though. I mean, they didn't, but they kind of can because they did it without him before. So
Yeah, then they got beat without him before. That's why he came there.
Yeah, I know.
So and then if they lost, they'll be like, well, KD, we feel like you could have played through that injury. We feel like you didn't push hard enough to get back to help your teammate. So he was in a
he was damn if you do, damn if you don't. Right. It don't matter.
Technically, with all this conversation, I mean, there's probably correctness and everything, but Nurse must have done a more superb job than Kerr, because man to man on that team, Golden State still should have won. Talent for talent, position by position.
They had so many injuries.
Lowry. Nurse did a good job.
Let's keep it funky though. Lowry, he's never going to be a factor when it comes to that. What the factor was? Siakam.
Yup.
Ibaka.
Yup.
Van Fleet.
Yup.
And Kawhi.
Yup.
Yo, you name
Gasol.
Everybody.
Like, bro, they had a squad.
Danny Green. Here's the thing.
Their bench was just elite.
I was gonna say, Golden State. Once you get past their starters, their bench is real thin.
It is now.
But we watched the games.
And you got to look at it too. They were hurt. DeMarcus Cousins coming off an injury.
Trash.
Iguodala had a calf strain.
He's okay.
Clay was hurt. He got.
He hurt.
Well, you already know who won, but Clay got hurt in this game right here.
He got 30-something points, like 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I mean he did well.
He was hurt 3 games ago.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Clay.
I saw him shoot a jump shot today. He don't look hurt to me.
Oh no, he put up some numbers tonight too.
He put up 30.
He put up 30.
He put up.
That nigga was
Clay is he's always good. Yeah, he's good.
He was.
But the one person I laugh at in the whole situation, Boogie motherfucking Cousins. You loser ass nigga. I'ma laugh at you.
Oh my god.
You know why I'ma laugh at Boogie?
No.
Because he talked all that shit. Oh, I never go to Golden State. I ain't gonna go to no super team. Fuck that. I ain't gonna do that. That's some hoe shit. Your man Durant a hoe for doing all that. Then go to said team. Yes, that's why I'm saying that. Exactly. Then said go to said team that he does not like to get a ring that he probably wasn't gonna get. Sat out for damn near the whole season because he thought he was gonna get a ring just off the back of everybody else. Plays, doesn't do anything. Trash. Like just straight trash. Now he ain't got nothing because his contract's gonna be up and ain't nobody gonna take him. You're a liability because your Achilles done tore also. Nobody wants you. So ain't your problem because you always want to fight. So yeah, I'm gonna laugh at him like you stupid.
Yeah,
that was corny. So if I was Charlamagne right now, that's donkey of the year, dog. Yes, like bro, you played yourself. What your boy? Congratulations, you played yourself. What's the name? Cali, like you played yourself.
Oh, okay.
Like, yo, that's corny.
Everybody know if you can't do your job, you at least got to be the nicest team member.
Exactly.
Shit Clay leave?
You can't call no brown stuff.
Das fuel is trash.
I'll say this: if Clay does leave,
Clay should leave.
If he does leave, LeBron better do everything in his power to get him to come to LA.
And I'll be
the
mad
exact type of player that he needs.
And I'll be so mad. I just stop watching sports forever after
but
that.
But it's still going to be trash.
Could you imagine?
Clay does make a difference.
Could you imagine Bradley Beal and Klay Thompson on the Lakers?
I don't want to.
Clay ain't going to Lakers.
I don't want to imagine that.
No.
I don't want to imagine any more super teams. I'm tired of it.
You don't think so?
It does make it a little boring.
Bro, y'all gonna think I'm a hater for saying this? I don't care. The day that they say, hey, LeBron, he's done, he's retired, I'm like, thank you. There's gonna be some normalcy again.
Me too.
It's gonna be normal again. Like this right here has been the most normal playoffs I've seen in a long time because we don't have to worry about same outcome. What he gonna will himself to? I'm gonna play 120 hours. And I'm gonna get everything, but when it's time for me to take the last shot, I'm gonna pass it.
LeBron is like Captain America, bro.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's
just
not.
always willing to fight through.
He ain't Captain America. Captain America wins.
I mean,
he didn't win it
Every time.
LeBron is what we've been waiting for.
Just saying.
Yo.
But we've been waiting for LeBron for a long time.
Who's we?
I mean, the collective
a lot of
basketball
people. Yes.
community.
Like
a high school phenom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Kobe Bryant wasn't this hype.
Yeah.
But a hype phenom, which there have been many that are nameless now.
Sebastian Telfer.
Many that. And they are nowhere to be seen. So it's like he did it. He married his high school sweetheart. They got babies. He don't have no scandals. He took his boys along for the ride.
They got rich.
I mean,
The man built a
this is
school.
a perfect,
Yeah,
this is a perfect
and it's
motherfucker.
awesome.
I mean,
It's awesome.
I love seeing it personally.
Yeah.
I don't have no
I
problem
mean,
with him.
he's what
Nothing
you
personal.
he what everyone said they wanted,
You know what?
right?
You know
And he
what?
still vibed
The
with
problem with LeBron, and it's not his fault, is sometimes he don't control his own narrative. The media
No.
what
He
I'm
does
saying.
control his own narrative.
No, but what I'm saying is,
You should control that hairline.
when you look at First Take, damn, bro, that's how you
That
feel,
was
man.
on time.
Bro, we got LeBron
That
slander
was
here.
on time.
When
Hey,
LeBron,
LeBron, feel free to come on the show, dog.
yeah, hell yeah. But when LeBron says something or do something, the smallest little thing, they put it all on ESPN. They put it all on Undisputed. They put it all on First Take, and they have a narrative about the smallest things that LeBron do.
Yo,
LeBron's
this how
party today.
this how like LeBron James caught double shaking at the toilet. Does
Right.
that mean he's ready to leave? Like, wait, what? What are you talking
They
about?
be like, LeBron James is almost a billionaire, and he uses Angel Soft. What the fuck?
Bruh.
You can't even use Shark.
And this is gonna be funny because then Shannon Sharp come out of
What's wrong with
Skip. Come
I'm
on, Skip.
gonna get them yaks in that mouth.
So Jackson on mild. Look, LeBron James. That man want to double shake his penis. He can't. Then Skip like, I'm just saying, your guy.
Oh,
He's not even in the finals. He didn't even show up, so maybe he should have shook once.
Nah, this way Skip do. He's like, well, I know Jordan. He uses Quilted Northern because he's a champion. He don't use Angel Soft. He has 6 rings. Real champs use Quilted Northern toilet paper for their ass.
But look, he like, Jordan was so raw, he didn't shake at all.
Right.
He just pulled his pants up and went to play. You're like, bro, what y'all talking about? Bro?
Y'all are
But
ignorant.
no, that's how you
Why
do
are
it.
we? Never mind. I'm not saying
Y'all
that.
ignorant.
And you got Stephen A. Smith like, that's splendiferous. And
He be like,
a mitigated gall.
LeBron James has diarrhea. He shits expeditiously. Like, yo,
Exactly, like, bro, that is honestly, but you know what LeBron does? He does control his narrative, and this is all I can say.
to some degree.
No, bruh, remember last year?
It's not that matters to control.
Because this is what happened. Remember last year when they lost? Because we was in Atlanta when this whole thing was going on, and he was like, he loses last game, right? Shows up to the press conference, wrapped hand. Yeah, I did hit the whiteboard, so you know my hand was messed up. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Take your L. Stop trying to control the narrative. Like, you gotta take your L. Or, yeah, man, my team, this, and that. Like, you threw everybody under the bus. That's you controlling the narrative. Instead of just saying, you know what? We was trash this year.
No,
Sorry.
they was trash. He was putting up numbers.
Yeah,
That's
they
big
was-
You talking about when he was in, what's it, LA? Well, he's gonna put up numbers.
No, I'm talking about even when he was in Cleveland.
No, I'm talking about when he's in LA, because he literally threw everybody under the bus. He's like, well, they're not playing like this and that. Like, bro, ain't you the fucking veteran? Aren't you supposed to be leading them? Like, how that sound? That's like me and my brothers. My brothers turn out to be shit. Like, hey, Sean, what happened to you and your brother? Man, you know, I don't know. You niggas, bologna sandwiches. What you want me to say? Like, shit happened. I don't know. Like, you supposed to lead them. Like, bro. Whatever.
I mean, I feel what you're saying, but
Shout out to Kawhi, man. That's my guy, dog.
Shout
He
out.
laughs like a weirdo. He's like, he's like,
That's a funny shit.
bro, he's like, I don't even know who you are. That shit like it hurt. I was like, damn, bro. You ain't
I
never
know he was
laughed.
laughing and taking the shit. I'm like, you alright, like, bro, you out there
But no,
whacking off. Like,
Only reason I say shout out to him because he did something that most people don't. Because people don't consider him like one of the greatest in the world and nothing like that. They consider him. I consider him great. I've been talking about Kawhi Leonard since he got to the league. I've been telling everybody, watch Kawhi Leonard like he is going to be a problem. Okay, everybody's like, why you doing that bullshit? Okay, gets a chip. San Antonio shuts down one of the greatest basketball players of all time. LeBron, he shut him down easily. He made him look like trash. Okay, go through a couple of things when he ain't really doing nothing. Then he goes to Toronto where it's like, bro, you literally the star of the team, really. Like, you're the only star, really. Takes the team, win a chip with him, and puts up good numbers.
First year out.
Yes, he doesn't even have to be there. And then, you got to play on a team where Drake is the biggest part of your team.
I know Drake out there acting retarded right now.
Oh, that dude is wild. He out there harmonizing.
Wilding right now.
Yes, he is. According to ESPN. Yes, he is.
Oh, he is out there. He out there wilding. He probably done got some other porn stars pregnant or something like.
Oh,
That dude
my
is
God.
shooting clubs up right now.
I'll admit it.
Out here giving him
And
that.
that's what LeBron could be doing right now. You know?
Wow.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that.
No,
LeBron.
I'm just saying. That's why that's good to see. You know?
I don't talk about that too much, but
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to something that I don't know if everybody's seen, but we was talking about before we started. People should check out The Black Godfather on Netflix.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's on my list.
That shit was dope. I
shit
watched
was
that
dope
shit.
as fuck, bro.
I watched
So,
Wait, is it a movie or a documentary? Or
It's a
something?
documentary.
Clarence
Avon, yeah.
Avon, he's
And
like-
basically, he was like,
The guy.
he was the guy who
He
made
was a
deals for
gangster?
him. Nah,
No.
he wasn't a gangster. He was just a deal maker. He for a lot of black celebrities in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, okay. Where?
And so, basically, if you needed to get a deal done and you didn't have access to certain white executives, I don't know how he got into this. Well, he
Selling the land.
he was working for basically for the mob kind of.
He was working for Joe Glazer,
Joe
who's the
Glazer.
mob guy.
Yeah.
Then he
Who taught him how to make deals and
Oh,
shit
yeah.
like that.
He-
Because the mom was like heavily involved in
Oh,
Hollywood, like
Oh, yeah, Hollywood,
yeah.
all manners of
Facts,
nightclub bookings.
Yeah.
Like one of my sister's old boyfriends, schoolboy. So he's in the black mafia, right? So in like 1961 or so, they asked him to kill B.B. King for $50,000 in 1961
That's a good amount of money.
because B.B. King wouldn't pay the mob their cut when he went in to perform.
Man, the thrill was gone.
So everything he said categorically no. They wanted to look like a black on black crime thing.
Mm.
So they went to him. Well, yeah, but the Black Godfather story, not a mafioso, but just somebody like if you in that life, the actor, black Hollywood, in the music scene.
Then he's the guy.
It's like
He's the guy you see get shit done.
He put people on for real, like
Yeah,
Jimmy Jam, all those
I'm
people.
gonna watch that.
He put on.
Alright.
So it's like amazing the reach that he had.
Yeah, and it's not, and the thing that I like that I was most impressed with is he did it being himself. He didn't kiss them white folks' ass. He wasn't like, yes, master, I do whatever you say. Like he was in there like, yo, motherfucker, we need to get this shit done. My boy over here, he got what it takes. That like, I'm using my voice.
That's how he was talking.
No, I'm dead serious. That's how he was.
Like he's out here like, yo, man, suck my dick, yo. You gonna give Sammy Davis Jr. whatever he asks.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
We like this movie.
Oh, and that extra
we like
show.
this movie,
When Sammy Davis hugged Nixon. Like
Yeah.
Sammy Davis was like Kanye West.
They were showing a black music
Yeah,
festival in the
he was.
70s,
And they booed the shit out of him.
Yeah, black people
And
really
this
didn't fuck
nigga
with
sang
Sammy
a
like that.
song, just being me. Or some
just
shit.
being me.
He sang that shit so good, people was booing
Crying.
him. People was crying and chanting for him after.
I'm telling you,
They
watch
forgot
Black
he was
Godfather.
that
That shit dope as fuck,
Sammy
man.
Davis
So-
was the man.
So he wasn't exactly Kanye because he never really.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
He
like
kind of was
Kanye.
Kanye.
It's like Kanye at his best with the Jay-Z beats.
Oh, okay.
But you can't really do that on stage.
Jay-Z.
But, you know what I'm saying? That's his best work.
So, there's something else that I want since we talk about Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
right quick. Can we just shout out Sha'Carri Richardson?
Oh man, that chick was flying.
Shout out to her,
Sure.
dog.
She-
Fastest person in the world right now.
Oh.
She broke the college record. It was
She
on World
broke the
Star.
world
LSU.
record
Oh.
for
She
the
had
100
a
meters.
long ass blonde
Yeah, she
weave
got
on.
Yeeks.
Oh yeah, she look like they
got
said she
Yeeks
like
on
she
track,
say
though.
period
Yeeks.
all the time, and she does, bro.
Every
She
time
got
she does.
what's it? She be having her sew-ins and shit
She got
with the
Yeeks
long
and
colorful
Yammers.
weave. She got
Which
when
one
she
she
crossed the
LSU.
LSU.
when she crossed the finish line, she'd be like,
With the
Yo.
stiletto nails, that's right.
I got
Shorty
some.
can fly.
Is she a new Flojo?
She a
that,
freshman.
hey,
She
I
a
call it the
freshman.
FloJo remix.
Might
That's
see
what
her
I
in the
call it,
Olympics
dog.
next year. Real talk.
Fastest
Really?
100 meters, she was under
Alright,
11
Let me
seconds.
see what she's
I
looking
missed
like.
that.
She called the Yeeks and Yammers.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
100 meters under 11 seconds. She
I'm like-
beasting. She beasting.
So
She
y'all
fucking
not gonna talk
beasting,
about
dog.
whether
Yeah,
Kawhi
shout out to
gonna
her.
stay or not?
Wow.
Oh my god.
She beasting. And she set another record for the 200 meter or something like that. She set another record.
No, man, I don't want to see that
I mean,
part.
that was a good
Just
Miko
watch
round,
this.
though.
It's only like a 40-second clip.
I'm
You
trying to
did?
see them Yeeks.
Wait till she win. You
So
said.
y'all not
Really?
gonna talk about whether Kawhi.
Oh, he said
gonna
she got the
stay
Yeeks and the
Well, what?
Yammers. She's
or not. Whether
fast.
Kawhi gonna stay.
Oh, we discussed that.
Oh, she really? Oh, she's small too?
Yeah, what
She killing the game.
Oh
So,
god.
yo,
She killing the game.
Oh my goodness.
Would you?
Sierra Wall.
Oh, look at that thing. Oh shit. Oh yeah, she buy it. What's up? Look, I'm sorry, baby. I
Oh, I was about to say.
I
They ain't say that
Sorry,
time.
baby. sometimes I have my moments when I see some
Yo,
Yeeks
this is
and
the
Right.
last time
I
you see
believe her
Sean.
time was 10 point. What was it?
10.75.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
The shit was
She
Let's change the
beasting.
subject before I do say something
She
stupid.
Yo, real quick. I was asked to ask, is Kawhi staying in Toronto?
Hey, that's a good
I
question.
don't know.
Nobody knows.
If they didn't win the
You
chip,
know what?
I would be like, no. But since they won the chip,
What do you
Let's. I feel like we should sit on that one.
No.
we'll sit on that.
Okay,
we'll
yeah.
sit on that. We'll come
I'm
back.
about to say
He
we
didn't
spent a lot
want
of
he
time
didn't
talking
want to
about
go in the
sports.
first place.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
sit
come
on
back to that.
So
I think before just real quick. I don't take that much time.
I'm about to flip time.
I want to. Is that somebody mentioned something about somebody being groped or fondled?
we was gonna get to that.
Oh, okay. Again.
Talking about-
Not in my life. I'm talking about
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Whoever that was, I don't know who it was.
He was about to set it up. I actually believe he was about
Oh,
to
okay.
talk about
We
it.
just say this one.
Actually, I was gonna say, since we were still talking about the Netflix thing,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
and I was gonna say I saw an episode of Black Mirror. Fuck
I
you,
love
Oz.
Black Mirror.
What do you mean, fuck
That's
me?
my show.
Fuck you.
I told everybody to watch that shit.
Yes. So the episode that I wanted to, I watched it, and it probably was the worst thing in the world to watch it with my girl because that shit was the most uncomfortable thing in the world.
Bro,
So
fuck me up, dog.
Anthony Mackie, if people don't know who
I
Anthony
saw
Mackie
that
is,
shit.
we'll talk about it.
Season 1, season
Talking about
5.
talking about the
Yes.
Falcons, bro.
Got the black two,
Yeah.
two black dudes, right? So they
That shit was
friends.
fucked
They've
up,
been
man.
I
friends
ain't
for a
even
while,
finished it yet, though.
and like do Anthony Mackie, he got a badge on. Like she bad, she gorgeous. Like this woman. Have y'all ever seen what's the show Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah.
That chick, that black chick.
The black girl?
She reminds me of Kerry Washington, but like the discount version. So that's like great value.
Discount version,
That's great
dog.
value.
But Great
Kerry
Value good too.
Exactly.
Them oatmeal frosted Great Value cookies.
Come on now,
Go
them shits
ahead.
is
Busted, dog.
Yes, that's the the Market Fresh. That's her. She's Market Fresh.
It's been so much
Kerry Washington.
shade
I love her.
thrown today.
That's not a bad
Okay,
thing.
but
man.
let's-
Is that all this shit?
I need to know the story.
So he's
Well,
with.
Sean, you take it too long.
Shut up. So
Yo, this talking.
he's Anthony Mackie is now, you fast forward a little bit. Anthony Mackie's married to this woman and they have a kid. She wants to have another kid with him, whatever. His friend from the beginning, it's like, he shows up, it's like, hey, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in years, blah, 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 how you been? Because it's Anthony Mackie's birthday. It was a cookout. He's like, hey, man, I got you a present for your birthday. You got him a video game, because that was something that they were into. They played fighting games together, almost like a Street Fighter or anything like that, right? So it was called, Fighting Vipers or some shit like that?
some shit like that.
Whatever. That's the name of the game. He gives him games like, hey, this game is like some VR shit. Now, if anybody knows anything about Black Mirror, a lot of the stuff that they do in it always has something to do with something implanted into your head, and they're almost like diving into some type of
Subconscious, AI,
Exactly.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Next step.
There you go. So he's playing, Anthony Mackie is playing like Tetris. I'm like, yo, guys, boring. His friend gets online, just like everybody else, almost like, hey, homeboy's online. He's like, hey, send him a request. Hey, let's play this game. Calls him up. He's like, hey, he's get on the, headset, like, hey, so how do I do this? He's like, hey, man, just put it in. Put the little thing on your head. It'll bring you to the game. Okay, cool. So they playing the game or whatever it is. It's like real. Like they're controlling the characters.
Like virtual reality.
Like they feel the pain, they feel everything, whatever it is. They controlling the characters, right? So fighting, blah blah blah, whatever. All right, they fighting, tussling, and all that shit. Actually, let me step back one quick second. Anthony Mackie's friend, whenever he played the game, he always played with a female character in his game, right? And she was just a regular female character. When he's playing the game now with the VR shit, he's playing with the same female character. Anthony Mackie's playing with his male character. Cool. Same characters that he always played with, I guess. Whatever it is. It's almost like somebody playing with Chun-Li all the fucking time, somebody playing with Ryu all the time.
Yeah.
Let's put it
That's
that way.
basically who they
For
were.
the same layout.
Yeah, same layout.
Pretty much, yeah. So, like I said, you're able to control the person. Like, whatever you do, you're going to control them, whatever it is. So they fighting, blah, 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 whatever it is. Dude's getting his ass kicked, whatever. And then, they get to a point where they start tussling and motherfucker slams on whatever. He's like, yeah, I got you. On the ground, like, all right. The female character starts kissing him.
In the game, though.
In the game. Now, mind you, the female character is controlled by a male.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we caught that.
Anthony Mackie is a male. So it's like, okay, cool. They don't, it gets real confusing. It's like, oh shit, I didn't know what's happening. Like, hey man, maybe it was the drink or whatever it is. He's like, yeah, maybe it was a drink. Bro, they get to the next time they play, they don't even start fighting. They just go, let's tongue each other down and fuck each other.
What's going on here?
Bruh.
Y'all gotta see this.
So I'm watching this shit. The thing that made me uncomfortable, which is this is a great episode, by the way. It's an awesome episode.
It's crazy.
What made me uncomfortable is not the homosexuality part, whatever, with the undertones of what they're trying to talk about it. What made me uncomfortable is how he was neglecting his wife, because she was wanting to have another child and all that, and she started to start questioning herself, like, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And he's like, bro, he's just going in there and playing a video game, fucking his friend. And that's how they're looking, like, that's how he's looking at it.
Wild.
And then she has a moment where, you know, they're supposed to be going out for their anniversary. They go out, you know, Anthony Mackie already done forgot because, you know, it's been weeks and months that he hasn't even been touching his wife. He ain't been doing nothing. And like I said, she's trying to have a kid. And she's like, yo, what the hell's going on? He used to get the anniversary. They meet up at the restaurant. Before he gets to the restaurant, she's sitting at the bar and the dude is hitting on her. She's like, nah, I'm married. And she's like, you know, I'm waiting for my husband, but at the end of the day, you're not showing me no attention, but somebody else is. And that was her biggest thing. Like, yo, I could be out here fucking these dudes. Like, bruh, I'm telling you, the whole episode had me. It just had me on some other shit because I'm like, I'm watching this with T. T is upset. Like, she is livid.
She be like, stop playing video games, son.
Bruh, and I said, I ain't playing. Bruh, I ain't playing my game. I'm gonna keep it funky. I ain't turned on that Xbox at all.
Don't do it.
I ain't playing shit. I ain't playing no Xbox.
Xbox?
Hey.
I ain't turned on no PlayStation whore.
Hey, babe, what time you going to work?
Bruh, look, when she, you go play the game? Nah, I ain't playing no game.
Nah,
But, like I said, it hurt, it bothered her because she was like, yo, that's one of the situations that a lot of women go through with a dude not knowing his sexuality or something like that, and then doing all that shit behind their back and not knowing this and that, and then with another dude, nah, it's okay because it's not really gay. It's in the game. Because that's how the friend trying to get them. Like, he's like, yo, it's not gay because we're in the game. It's not really, it's not us. Bro. And Anthony Mackie like, yo, how does that shit feel? Like, yo, that shit be feeling good though.
So I got a question.
Like, what?
Was the game by EA? Like EA Sports. It's in the game.
Like,
what's the game mean now?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that episode. That
episode will fuck you up.
It touches
So
on
wait,
a
is
lot of
that
stuff.
all of it, or was there another?
Well, when it gets towards the end, because when it gets towards the end, it's like, I mean, fuck it. I done said just about the whole episode.
Yeah, you can spoil it for me. Hey, spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's spoiler alert. Because, I mean, you're still going to watch it, and it's going to still, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I watched
love
it,
Black Mirror,
but yeah.
I'm sorry, but just,
It's
I feel
good
like,
enough to watch.
Yeah, and that's how it is. I feel like that's something you can watch again whatever time. Because, like I said, the homosexuality part, that's not what bothered me. Because, you know, you see so much of that on TV.
Were they even, the thing is, were they even homosexual? It's like,
we get to the twist, though.
So this is the thing. He's like, yo, I can't play this game with you no more. I got a wife.
Yeah, there is.
Someone always dies.
No.
So he's like, yo, I got a wife. I can't be doing this shit, blah, blah, blah. So he just started ignoring them. So it's like months going by or whatever it is. They all, you know, show up for dinner one time. Like, the wife then invited the friend to dinner. He's like, yo, we ain't been fucking with each other in forever. Like,
literally.
You know, she step out the room, she cleaning dishes, and he's like, yo, man, you gotta get back on the game. He's like, man, he's like, look, I've been fucking other characters. That shit don't feel.
No, he fucked a bear too.
Yeah, there's a bear character in there. He's like, I had sex with the panda. That shit didn't even feel as good as me having sex. God damn it, why are you watching this right now, T? Don't watch this. Avert that. Get out of here.
A bear?
A bear.
Yeah.
It was a panda.
Yo, he was just trying
isn't this game connected to his brain?
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to know, where does he feel the sensations?
No, he's like, you feel it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you feel it. Like,
you feel it the same from the bear, though.
Yeah, like, if you was having sex right now, like,
well,
you
whoever
was in
that
that
bear
game.
is, he ain't real, because I'd have gave myself, you know what I'm saying? That.
Oh, I mean, I guess the bear, bear
gave him that bamboo.
I would have gave myself the boom. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But he's Chun-Li, though.
He's exactly, the friend is the female character. So he
gets clingy as shit.
So the thing was, he was trying to see if maybe it was just the game thing. Where maybe it was just the game that he's just wanting to explore these fantasies of whatever it is with the game. And I guess he tried it with other characters, female characters, whatever. He was like, it just wasn't the same as it was when it was with the Anthony Mackie's character. And Anthony Mackie's like, yo, I ain't with that shit, man. Fuck out of here, man. I got a wife, whatever. He's like, it was getting really uncomfortable because he got close to him. He was like, oh, you missed that shit. It feels good and all that. So he's like, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here.
I mean, it's a great episode.
I mean, I wasn't done.
Yeah,
I want to get the ending.
At least let him get
So
to
we
the
still
ending.
haven't gotten to the twist yet?
No, I gotta set it up.
All right, yeah, let him get to the twist.
There's a whole lot of twisting going on, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's Black Mirror.
My bad.
Look, this is Black Mirror. Okay?
My God.
So, this is what happens. He gets on the game, and Anthony Mackie tells him, hey, meet me at this spot around 12 o'clock midnight. He's like, meet me here. Because this is what happened. Like, they had places in the games, different areas, like different levels, that they would run around fucking around on. It was wild.
Gotcha.
So he was like, hey, in real life, meet me here. He's like, what's up, man? What we meeting here for? He's like, bro.
Oh, outside of the game.
Yeah, outside the game. He's like,
Yeah.
kiss me, bro. Because he was like,
Anthony Mackie said that.
he was like, just kiss me. Because he was like, I want you to see if this shit is really what it is, if it's how you feel in real life, or if you're just feeling like this in the game. So the friend kisses him. He was like,
on the lips.
On the lips. Like, he just kissed him. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
I don't feel nothing.
Seriously.
He was like, yo, I don't feel it. And then Anthony was like, I don't feel it either. So then dude was like, oh man, we gotta get back in that game, bro. That's the shit. That's where it's going real.
Understand?
So they start fighting, all that shit. Please come get them niggas. Anthony Mackie's in jail. Who comes to get him out of jail? His wife. Wife's trying to talk to him, like what's going on. So I guess he tells the wife everything, right? Fast forward now, wife is pregnant.
So I hate that.
Then had a baby. It's like, she's glowing, all that shit. I'm like, oh man, they got everything situated. That's what's up. So she was like, she's about to go out. She hands him something like, hey, I want this back at the end of the morning. All right. And it's like a date crossed off on the calendar. It's the game. So now they have an open relationship. So I guess that one time of the year, he can go fuck with his friend on this game and do the sex shit in the game. She can go out there, the same dude that she met at the bar, she go fuck with him.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
this is once a month or once a year?
I don't know. I looked like it was just once a year. They just had it marked off on the calendar like this as an X. So I guess for his birthday. Bruh, after I watched that episode, I was like, this shit, and like I said, it made me uncomfortable because of how she was feeling. Because I know that's something that women deal with on a day-to-day.
There's so many aspects to that episode.
Yeah, it's a lot of layers to that shit, man. There's a lot of shit to unpack in that shit. Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
plot twist was her agreeing to an open relationship.
I guess. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the husband, he can do all that virtual reality, kissing and whatever, but his wife getting that jack in real life.
Like,
that's the fucking difference.
Who decided that? Like, wait, why would you? I don't know. Like, why did you decide to go choose the game over your wife? I'm like, when it comes to
well, put it like this. I was just gonna say, like Josh and Sean were saying, it's a very, very intriguing episode because yes, in real life, people will engage in affairs, particularly men, black men.
Yeah.
Well, all men do it, period. But black men sort of, in this society, that we're not really. It's not acceptable for us to do that, generally speaking. So you get like a, it's like I've heard people say this, like it's like a dissonance where they don't feel that they are, even though they definitely are dealing with situations that are homosexual, right?
Yeah.
And then another level of the thing is the game, is where I've spoken to women who literally say that men will rather play the game, and this is not virtual reality, this is just a game, rather than have really engage in a sexual relationship,
bro,
or will be in a couch.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Many people have seen
I'm leaving.
Look, that shit blew my mind. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, they do.
That's literally what it was.
Even without all of that.
I didn't even think about it like that.
At least that's what they thought it was because he was fucking them again.
If I prompt you, sir, if I walk in here and come sit on you and you be like, watch out, I'm gonna watch out. I'm packing my bags and I'm getting the fuck on. You got me fucked
so you
up.
say if you throw that thing on me,
and you say watch out, or I'm out.
Oh my goodness.
I'm out because it's a matter of time before I be like, all right, I'm gonna go get something else.
Look,
I'm out, bro.
Fellas,
I can't.
What she's trying to say, if she
though.
throw that thing, you better catch it.
You better not turn me down.
You better catch it. You better you better say, look, let me put this shit on pause.
Let me tell you something.
Listen,
I work hard to earn my place in this community. Hell is you talking about?
Motherfucker know quick. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I done played games with my homeboys. We done all played games together.
No.
But it ain't never
been
a time where pussy call and the nigga still want to play that game. So that, oh yeah, bro, yeah, I'm y'all go ahead. I gotta go handle something real quick.
Bro, even if I'm online, I'm like,
I can't even fathom that.
Yeah.
That's not you're not talking about single people here. I only heard this conversation to me personally about women who are engaged in long-term relationships.
We gonna see
and their man would rather play the game than fuck. Now if you single and somebody called, DM you or something, then that's
so you think
it's
a matter of proximity, like it's right there, so I can just get it when I'm done?
It's a matter of proximity, comfortability, and they are people where they are more intrigued into the game because than they're the person that's right next to them.
Now with this one, he was more intriguing to that game because he was out here getting cyber yeeks from his friends.
But imagine if that shit.
Cyber
But imagine if that shit was ever real.
That's different though.
And they could invent a game where you
scary.
feel every sensation.
Oh, is it
like a porno game?
It's like
That shit would be crazy.
Is it Japan or China where they have like 7D games now, so you can like smell, you can touch,
Man,
you
I
can
don't
feel,
want that.
yeah, like it's real life virtual.
I'm not trying to play no Skeet
That's
Fighter,
exactly
bro.
This shit is close.
Skeet Fighter, dog?
No, that's that Cheek Fighter.
It's not even far.
Yo, that Call of Booty, dog?
This technology is right here.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to play no motherfucking Mortal Kombat, okay?
That was a good one.
With motherfucking Horpian,
Yo, that Call of Booty Black Cox 3.
motherfucking Come Zero. I'm not trying to play that shit, bro.
I wouldn't want to be the Come Zero character.
No.
Goddamn Honya Blade.
You not trying to play that Driller Instinct, guys?
Shit. With that Glaze Her.
That Slaver Wolf?
That J-Ho.
That Horky?
So many games.
That BJ Combo?
Before we get to the next topic,
Good combo right there.
We just can't ever get through an episode without this. We can't. It's just not gonna happen.
Every single
Yo, I hate this nigga so much. They said that BJ Combo. Fuck that. That's the name of the episode. Oh man, continue. Continue.
yeah, but before we start the next segment, I'll just say that.
Next segment.
Man, I gotta go, guys.
Oh, he's eating?
Okay. Man,
Oh, you out?
I thought we gonna stay.
1 o'clock.
Oh, we get about 10-15 more minutes.
All right.
Well, we started later, but just to say,
Yeah, we did.
I would say Kawhi's gonna stay.
Mm-hmm.
I love Toronto.
Yeah, that's an awesome segue.
I love Toronto myself. I'm gonna say even though you don't know he's a conundrum, but my guess is he'll stay anyway. But what? Now let's talk about this next topic. What are you talking about?
He was talking about
so the last thing.
Talking about Cuba.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
All right.
So I see a video of Cuba Gooding Jr. Getting escorted in handcuffs or whatever it is. Now, when I saw it, I'm like, they said he was aggressively groping women. Was it like underage women or just regular women? What was he doing?
I'm looking up the story now.
Thank you.
I just heard what you heard. Is the headline about him groping a woman, but I didn't really get any details. And it's like,
woman in the club.
He was in a club?
So it's
Again?
What up? So she must. Was she a white woman?
that's what I heard.
well, what was the race of the woman?
Was she a white woman?
Y'all want USA Today or y'all want TMZ?
TMZ.
Who has more value?
TMZ.
TMZ gets the exclusives, even though it's sleazy. They do get the exclusives.
They do get the
Harvey,
exclusive.
he get it. I'm a lawyer. What did he say? What's Harvey talking
Pretty
about?
soon it's gonna be the New York Times or TMZ.
At least
All
it's not
right,
the Post.
so let's see. Around 10:15 p.m. Sunday, Gooding and his girlfriend were in Magic Hour Rooftop Lounge at NYC. Their accuser sat next to them. Almost immediately, you see Gooding reach over Claudine. Apparently, TMZ has a video.
Oh wow.
You see Gooding reach over Claudine and place his hand on the woman's left thigh. A few seconds later, his hand moves up to her breast, and the accuser puts her hand on his. What happens next is open to interpretation. She either pushes his hand back toward him or he pulls her hand to his mouth and kisses it.
What?
Another man then walks over and stands in front of the group. He puts his hands on the shoulders of Gooding and the accuser, leans over and appears to be talking to the entire group. Things get a little weird then as the man gyrates, drawing attention to his crotch. It appears.
What kind of shit is
Let me
he
finish.
into?
It appears Gooding and his girlfriend playfully paw at his crouch. A few more people join the group, and everyone's casually chatting for a few more minutes.
Yo,
They
what
walk
the
away separately, but in the
What
same
is this?
direction. About 3 minutes after the initial touching, there's no argument. However, 30 minutes later, Cubert and Claudine were downstairs lounging on the couch and making out. A man who we're told
I
works
didn't
for
even know he was
security
about
at the
this life.
bar was standing next to the couch when the accuser approached him and started arguing. We blurred her face and to protect her identity, but she appears to say yes, he did. She repeated that after the security guard shook his head. It's unclear if Cubert heard their conversation, but he got up, stumbled, and then walked right past the accuser and left. Claudine and the security guard follow right behind him.
That's the whole thing?
All I got was pawing at crotches.
So he touched her thigh and then he groped her breast and then either she pushed his hand away or he pulled
I want to see
her
the video.
hand to his. It's on TMZ. He pulled her hand to his mouth.
So,
Yeah,
my
some
man,
shit,
Mr. Was it Snow Dogs himself?
though. Oh, God. Why you gotta say Snow Dogs though?
Mr. Radio.
That was a trash movie.
Mr. Show Me the Money.
Man, that's Trey.
Out here lying to his dad about getting some trim. Bro, what the
He
So-
on some wild shit though.
He had to been drunk out of his mind.
Okay, number one, I feel like
he stumbled out, so he was intoxicated. Something.
okay, so he definitely has to be intoxicated. But I feel like him and his wife might be into some swinger shit, yo. It sounds like some swinger shit.
Like,
And it sounds like he's into some swinger / cuckold type. I don't know what he's into some shit. Like obviously they're into some weird sexual shit that maybe that lady was not into, or maybe she was at one time because it seemed like they might have maybe known each other. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch this video. I just feel like this Cuban.
It's called the Magic Touch.
The Magic Touch.
The Magic Touch Lounge.
Oh yeah, they touch
That's
him.
not
and
like
he
one
was
of those
magically
sex
clutching up.
Yes, it does. It sounds like we're
That's
swingers.
not no club I ever heard of.
Yeah, that's
Well, here,
I don't know everything.
okay. So from what I know about Swingers Club, if she was upset, like they cater to the women in those clubs. They want to make sure that
Exactly.
those women are safe. So I feel like if it were a Swingers Club and she was that upset, because at the end they said you can see her like getting upset and arguing with the bartender, then I feel like more would have been done, in my opinion.
Maybe. And like I said, I have no idea because I'm not even a part of that life. I don't want to be a part of it. It seems like it's too much of a hassle. That's some wild shit. But at the end of the day, like Cuba, my man Cuba, you gotta cut that shit out, man. You gotta chill out, bro.
I mean,
You already kind of weak. And when I say we, the African American community, man.
We don't claim them.
Thank
damn.
you.
No,
We don't fuck with Cuba like that.
Boys in the hood.
Exactly. That's the last thing we fucked with. Maybe Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, he was out
Yeah,
here.
he was
okay at Jerry
He
Maguire.
was leaving at that.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie.
You didn't like radio?
Radio had me crying. I'm not gonna lie. I cried. When his mom died, I cried. I'm not even gonna lie. Because that was powerful. Go watch it tonight.
You never seen Radio?
Hey, that should have had you feeling some type of way.
So wait, what history were you saying that he kind of has of this?
I was just hearing little stuff here and there.
Oh shit.
TMZ, not in my personal life.
TMZ.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought you knew somebody.
I mean, you
I
know,
don't
Joe
know
Stay
that-
knowing
I don't know
somebody
that
that knows some shit about some people.
Exactly.
Hashtag Elmo.
Joe like, well, back in
These are true stories, though.
he like, well, back in the 90s.
Joe started TMZ.
When I knew my homeboy, he said he saw him.
No, it ain't 3 times removed, nigga.
Exactly. See,
Then I knew somebody
who knows him?
who knew somebody that know that nigga.
I know a guy.
Twice. Ain't no more than that.
It's 2 degrees
Look,
of
Either I
separation.
know
nigga.
them, I know somebody that know
Look.
them, or somebody I know.
Call me Joe 2 times.
In the case of Cuba Gooding, it's only some media reports that I've seen
Yeah.
time to time where he's drunk in the club and doing weird shit. That's all I see.
What?
Well,
Just doing weird shit. Just generally
Yeah,
weird
he
shit.
do this.
Just
he probably do weird shit because he do weird ass movies too. The last movie I seen him in, I ain't gonna say it's weird because I don't want people to accuse me of gay bashing, but that movie where they was on that fucking boat and everybody on the boat was gay.
Oh, him and Horatio Sands. That was actually funny though.
Have you ever seen
It
it?
was okay.
It was kind of funny.
Alright.
I just feel like
I think
this.
he made too much. I think he has too much time on his hands.
I mean, his brother did better than
And he
him.
makes too much.
Omar?
I mean, what is because when the original article that I saw said that he was arrested, but it also said that he wasn't worried because the video would prove his innocence.
That's what he said.
You know what? I think we should watch the video before
Yeah.
we. Because it's all kind of. See if I can find the video.
I'm
So
gonna
I just looked up Cuba Gooding Jr. arrest.
So
When it was TMZ was the first thing that popped up.
video.
You're so
Ah, you didn't get it.
I didn't
not
get it,
until
but-
just now.
Video.
He'll be fine.
Video.
I'm looking at it now.
Very
Video.
ignorant. It's out of control.
Video.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So he touched her thigh.
And then he grabbed her breast.
Okay, when he touched her thigh, did she move his hand away?
It's on the video. You gotta look at the video.
Oh, okay.
you
I'm
gotta
about to say
look at
let me read because I don't know.
You know what though? This one of those situations where let's give it a week.
But I also think that like
see what happens.
you know, touching, like, maybe as a woman, if someone reached over and, like, touched my thigh, I don't know that I would immediately be like, the fuck? Like, because it could be, oh, you're trying to lean over and talk to me or something like that. But if you
See, I'm
touch
old
my
school.
breast, then I'm
I'm
like,
old school. Here's what I do.
the fuck?
Shit.
We gonna fight.
What? I'm being serious.
Because these ain't
But
a mistake.
I'm not joking.
Oh, she said you touch Zoom's Yammers, you
It's
ready
not a
to
mistake.
hammer.
No, you see these is what I mean. Like, these niggas ain't hot.
Here's what I used to do. So
Yeah, he definitely grabbed her leg and he grabbed her breast. I'm looking
What
at
is
the
that? You
video.
said it ain't hot.
and what did she do?
Ain't no peekaboo.
She not doing nothing. She just still leaning over talking.
Okay,
That's when the man come over.
here's my perspective.
Ah, shit.
Alright. So, what?
No, I'm just listening.
Alright, so I was, the mother of my children. I have 2 older daughters.
Yes.
Then I have, you know, of course, stepchildren,
Yes.
my wife, and then I have a new son with my wife, right? So their mother, we taught together in school in New York, and we were friends for like 9 months. She had a man when I met her. I had a couple people I was dealing with. So we were just friends. We would chill. We would hang out, right? And then we would teach at night school in Washington Heights.
Night school.
So then I was like, one day, I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but you know how someone got a button on their shirt and the shit pop open? And you really see some heavy cleavage?
Oh,
That's like a
So
porn
then,
scene.
so then I was like, yo.
you playing the plumber dog?
Then that night, I was like, yo, I gotta try something with her today. Right? So what she used to do was, she lived near me. We were friends. Even before we got together, I would drive her, right, drive her home. And I would take her car and park it by my house. And in the morning for work, I would pick her up and we would go to work. And this is before, so we were doing the same thing that night, right? So I said to myself, you know what? I saw a look in the eye.
Oh, shit.
Oh, not that.
So look, I was teaching.
Not that.
I was teaching, right? And she didn't have a class, so she came to my class.
Oh, she
Did
has
y'all
and
get
she-
busy in the classroom?
No, not in the classroom.
But
She
she
looked at me a
talked about
certain way, and I was like,
What's that? What was the look?
I'm trying to teach.
like, it's a woman's look. I can't-
Oh, okay, but you know.
That's that.
It's like
Hey, what's up?
like a day's look,
Like, what's up?
like a day's look. So basically, I was like,
Is you
I
trying?
think tonight I can do something.
Oh,
Is
so
you
she
trying to
was
test
griping
these
for some
Yammers
piping.
or no?
So usually I would, we would talk a little. I would park in front of our apartment building. We would talk, and then I would just leave. Right?
Oh, shit.
Tonight I was like, yo,
Hey, Joe out here, he a smooth operator.
we should try something tonight. This is 9 months now. I wasn't rushing it.
Hey, it take 9 months to make a baby, dog.
Hey, hey now.
He like,
So
let me tell you something.
So my whole point is the thigh thing. So my you forgot about that, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Wow, I was so quick with
Is
my
that
story,
how
right?
you tested it? You
Yeah. I put it not no gingerly thigh shit, but square on the thigh.
And did you squeeze?
It was no.
Oh, I like a slight squeeze.
It has to see. I thought about this. It has to be close enough.
Oh my.
Your middle finger.
no.
Your middle
Hold on,
finger
it's a science.
gotta be close enough to the vagina.
Oh, you
But
mean
not-
thigh?
We're not too far.
You don't mean
We're
like
not too close.
Not
you don't
big
mean
one.
like thigh
Like
to
right
me.
there.
You mean like thigh.
Like upper thigh.
Oh my.
So this is so I said something. I said, you know what? I want to play schoolboy, right? So I went like this, right? She was like this.
Getting hot up in here.
And she moved closer.
Oh, shit.
Now I didn't go up, but after that, we started kissing. And that's it.
Oh my stars and goddess.
And then we went upstairs.
Oh shit, Joe.
I probably called her building. So my point is, if somebody let you put their hand on their thigh.
But the thigh by the knee is different from
The
thigh in the middle.
Yeah, I ain't put it by the knee because that's
what I'm saying. So
when I by the knee could be saying, I want to tell you some advice.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if somebody reached over and grabbed my thigh by my knee, I wouldn't necessarily put. But if you, first of all, if I feel that your aim is up there, yo, what the fuck you doing?
Oh yeah, no, it has to be high enough to be like if you're wrong.
You can't go to jail.
You're like, what the fuck you doing?
Oh my
It
bad.
wasn't that high up.
It's like the back. It's like the back. If it's really high, you a friend. If it's too low, you going to jail. You gotta catch him right there. You gotta catch him right
It's
there.
a risky move.
It's a risky.
But remember, the look got me thinking it was more than that.
So listen. So I just watched the video,
Go ahead.
and the way that TMZ described it is not how I saw it. I'm just be honest, okay?
So what did you see?
He, first of all, when he grabbed her thigh, it was kind of on the lower end, but it wasn't like on the top. It was inner thigh. So it was a nice little grasp, okay? And they were conversing.
Like
They were conversing.
Like a Dwight Howard grab.
Okay.
I just want to be clear.
That's a whole nother thing.
Okay, so they were conversing, and from so the girlfriend, he was sitting down. The girlfriend came down and sat next to him, and then the young lady came over and sat next to him. I don't know what was said, but it looks like the girlfriend met the girl, came over, and then the other girl came over, like, hey, want to introduce you, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's holding her inner thigh, like closer to her knee. They're talking, okay, and then he moves up to her breast. She doesn't immediately move him away. He's holding her breast. She just rests her hand on his hand. And then, by whoever's force or whatever, he kisses her hand. They're still holding hands and communicate. Like, they're leaned into each other and they're communicating. So there isn't even after the kiss, they don't let go of each other's hands. They're still communicating.
Oh my goodness.
So, that's what the video looks like.
That sounds dirty.
You know what? Let's give it a week. Let's just see how this plays out, guys.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. But I think we tackled a lot tonight. Tonight. Oh my goodness!
Wait, who said it?
Good.
Oh,
He said over there. Oh my god! But yeah, I think we tackled a lot tonight, man. This was a very good episode.
Oh yeah.
Wild. But I do want to leave this episode with this little bit of
Joe,
information.
hey,
Look,
listen.
here's a gym. For
Hey,
all
Joe
you guys.
holding a class, by the way, guys. We charging though. We
Yeah,
charging.
definitely.
He gonna help you get them Yeeks without going to jail.
Oh my goodness. Them Yeeks and them Yammers. But
Yeah, you can't forget about the Yammers. Don't be selfish, dog.
you know, but
And the I don't even know Yammers like that.
the
That's
Yammers.
up top.
Yammers.
That's up top. Yeah.
But this is a little gym, guys.
Are you a Yeeks man or a Yammers man?
I like them Yeeks.
Okay.
Have you seen his girlfriend?
Look, I like the Yeeks. I mean, she got the Yeeks and the Yammers.
I can't stand
I would say it, but my girl's right here too.
Oh shit! Don't be a skirt.
I mean, that didn't stop you any other
Exactly.
time.
Full package.
Oh shit! Some of that UP sex. Oh shit!
That fed sex.
Oh my god! That slam-ons on.
That sleaze baby.
Oh shit! The sleaze, baby. Oh my goodness. But yeah, there's a little bit of information to leave y'all guys. Look, guys, don't play the game too long. So weird shit with your homeboy. And please don't be out here just squeezing legs and titties if it's not wanted. And if it is wanted, make sure it's really wanted. Okay? You don't want it getting up in a situation like Cuba Scruton Jr.
I wouldn't even squeeze titties at the bar.
You motorboat them.
At the bar?
In the bed.
Oh,
I have given a body shot before. That was fun.
What?
I've given a body shot. Like I've been the like my belly button. Yeah, I've given a body shot.
That man
Yeah.
was, he was out here licking.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get some. He probably could have, but I just wasn't drunk enough to see past him, so I went to somebody else when I left.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's bad.
No, that's
he almost had it.
That's just
Almost.
Should have squeezed it. Should he have squeezed it?
No, the fuck he shouldn't have.
Oh, see, it's a
I hit niggas in the club.
least he
I
did.
don't care. Don't
No.
violate me, dog.
That's right.
At least he did.
I mean,
I really thought it was a
Fuck
that's
violent.
right.
I don't think you should ever
Well,
squeeze
that's
Yammers
what
in
it's
the
like.
Let me tell you,
You gotta
if
be
someone
very,
is
very sure
if
about
someone is squeezing me in the club, it's because we fucked the night before. We came to the club together, and we're leaving the club together. That's why you squeezing on me,
That's
dog.
why I said that.
That's why you
gonna-
squeezing on me.
Fucks you.
But
back to sleep,
outside of that, even when I'm dead, if I'm twerking on you, you can't touch my ass, dog. I'll hit you. Don't smack my ass. I
that
don't
don't
work at
make
Magic
sense
City.
anyway,
I don't
yeah.
give a don't fucking do it.
I ain't smacking
Mind
no
your ass.
asses while I'm dancing with you.
Mind your ass.
I'll do it. Hands in the air.
Yeah,
Ooh,
put them
hey.
anywhere, but
Hey.
don't do that.
Hey.
Don't do
Hit
that.
you
It's
with
some
the
dudes
flex.
like they'll smack it or they'll lean in to like try to tell I will fight you. Hard body.
I think it's
And
about
pick up a bottle.
in Toronto.
Okay, so that's where we leave this
Okay.
episode. Yeah.
What?
I didn't
Yo, Joe got some wild shit. I don't even know.
I don't even
That was the podcast.
Screws from the 666.
Toronto slappers.
This was episode 103. It was your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City.
Henny Gardaway.
just kill.
Let me just say something.
This is Joe. Let me just say
That's
this
all I
one
wanted to say. Go ahead.
Okay, Prince, go ahead.
Yeah, I know exactly. But
That's what old dude said on the game. Oh.
but this is the UNFAMOUS podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.
Bye.
Y'all niggas is dumb.
I
hate
gotta
y'all
pee.
so
Y'all idiots, bro.
Yeah,
Joe,
wow.
I don't understand, bro. I feel like you've been reincarnated a couple times.
much. Joe.